Yo, welcome everyone. It is HCP episode 28. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a fantastic night. It is Friday night. I am joined here by our boy C's. How's it going, C's? What do you got going
Yo,
on? How's it been, man?
yo, what up, man? Just chilling, man. Chilling right here at home, right here in Palmdale. As you can tell, I'm in my son's room as always. Chilling. My son's right here playing. What is he playing? Ghost Recon, I think.
Hmm?
But yeah, man, just chilling. Like I said, it's cold, like in the 40s over here. But it's cool inside. We got the heater
Yeah.
on and everything. But yeah, man, been good working, watching sports, watching NFL playoffs, the Lakers,
Lakers beat the
Dodgers,
Celtics.
just anything that's on Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
Just chilling, man,
FC
drinking a
Barcelona.
drink. Salute.
Cheers. I got my beer,
Salud.
which
Yes,
is good. It's
sir.
already started.
You hear me?
I got the
You guys
today I
hear
got
me?
Crown Royale and Coke.
Oh,
So salute.
oh, crap. I've never done Crown Royale.
Yeah, salute, my homies.
Cheers. Cheers, guys. All right.
So yeah, man, just chilling. Having a drink right now. And here, man, what's up with you? How you been?
Good, man.
Oh,
Look at this guy. That's funny. What up, Prime?
What's up, guys?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you guys. Can you hear
there he
me?
is. What's up, champ?
What's
Yeah,
up, brothers? How y'all
loud
doing?
and clear, champ. Good.
Hey,
chilling, dog,
Good,
chilling.
man.
Go Lakers.
Oh, look at this guy.
Oh
Look at this guy.
shit!
We
So
we
were
beat the
just doing
Celtics.
intros.
I
Yeah, I saw
know.
that.
Yeah, look at
Uh,
that.
Let's
My
continue.
uh,
homie had a good game.
that was a good game, man. Shit, I was like, whoo.
Fin- Finally, we showed up.
I know.
There you go. We were doing check-ins. So, C's checked in already. He's asking me how it's going on my end. It's good. It was a weird week of work, but it's good. It's Friday. Just got back from my daughter's softball practice. So as you can tell, I'm still wearing the team's hat or whatever. Like I literally just get home and pour my beer out or pour my beer down, and then sit down and get to going on this podcast. So yeah, it's good, man. It's been busy. My
Yeah,
daughter had a tournament last week.
yeah. How she do?
Um,
How she do?
they did good, dude.
Yeah.
They it was more of a round robin format with double elimination, but it was like an all day
Uh huh.
thing, and so like our organization was hosting it this time around. So like I was there from like 7 to 8 p.m. 7 in the morning to like 8 p.m. at night.
Dang.
They had 3 games. We didn't know how we were gonna fare because it was technically their first tournament. Um, we won our first two
Mhm.
games, so we made it all the way to the championship. But by the
Yeah.
time that championship came around, bro, like everyone was gassed. Like I mean, we're talking about like 8, 9 year old
Mm.
girls, So like for them to have 2 games and then be there all day, and they were gassed. So there was 2 teams that got eliminated right away. Um,
Yeah.
and so we decided to work out with the other championship team, which is funny because or the other team that made it to the championship. One of our good friends, their daughter is on that team, and Elena and her have played together forever up until this season. So they're on opposing teams, and
Yeah.
that's who we were playing. But we reached out to the coach and we're like, "Yo, man, it's been a long day. These girls are tired. Like, we were undefeated, and so basically, what it meant was that like they would have to, if they lost, that was it, right? But if we lost, in theory, we're supposed to
Mhm.
go again.
Yeah.
And we told them like, yo, whatever the result is what it
Oh,
is.
okay.
Like that way, we're done, and the teams that lost can get another game. Because the other teams that lost right away, they didn't get that
Okay.
many
Okay.
games, and we're trying to get them 3 games. So
Mhm.
our girls did pretty good. To be fair, their first game we won on a coin toss. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So the way it works is that at this age, it's innings or time, and
Okay.
there's a certain amount of time where like if the team is leading by a certain amount of runs, it's over. If like if the
Mhm.
home team is
Mhm.
winning by a certain amount of runs, it's over. If not, then it goes to drop dead time, and that's it. And
Yeah.
if it's in a tie, then like it defaults to the previous inning, to what the score was the previous inning. So like the
Mhm.
first game, we we were losing, like we got smoked. Um, but then we came back. Like the girls came back. That was like pretty awesome, and we tied the second inning, and then the third inning we tied as well.
Okay.
So time ran out, and obviously we can't do any other challenges. So the coaches decided we'd do it on a coin flip, and we won on a coin flip. The second game, um,
Okay.
same thing. We tied again. We were losing. We came back and tied, but we won the second inning. So it reverts back to the second inning, and we won the second inning. So we got that win right there, and then in the championship we
Oh, okay.
lost or whatever. So I mean, but it was good. It was a long day or whatever. So the girls have another tournament, not this weekend, but next weekend, and so
Okay.
that's what we're prepping for. That one's gonna be tough, dude. There's like 15 teams in that bracket. So, and that breaks out into 2 days, and
Oh shit.
that level of competition is a lot higher. So, I mean, we're talking about 8 and 9 year old girls of ours. We play them up for experience, but we're
Mhm.
playing 10, 11, and sometimes 12-year-old girls, depending on where they're
Mhm.
located. So,
Yeah.
not we're not expecting a lot of success, but we just kind of want to see where these girls hang with 10, 11 year olds versus 8 and 9 year olds. So we'll see how we're doing, but yeah, man. I mean,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
just crazy busy, dude. Just crazy busy on my end, and then obviously trying not to panic about fucking
All right. All
scheduling and
right.
you know. Um,
Yeah.
Champ, what's going on with you, man? How's it been? How's the week been, man?
We've been good. Busy at work, but nothing special.
Okay.
I got a different schedule than you guys. I work at night
I
and
know,
Right, right.
man.
I'm at daytime. But yeah, my fun is in the weekends. So
Okay, okay.
yeah,
Are
nothing
you off
much.
on
Just
weekends, Champ?
chilling. Yeah, I am. I am.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
And now, do
So
you
yeah,
prefer
nothing special.
night times?
Just
I mean,
chilling.
do you prefer like working the night shift versus the day
Yeah,
shift?
yeah.
Are you a night
I
person?
prefer. Yeah, I prefer the shift. Yeah, I prefer the
Okay, okay,
shift because yeah, I come in at 2, leave at 11.
okay.
From I got all the morning, chill with my mom. So it's cool.
Mm.
Yeah,
All
Okay.
right, all right,
it works out.
all right, all right. And you've been doing this for a hot minute, right?
Yeah, yeah, over 6 years already.
Dang. All right. Congrats, Prime. Or my bad, Champ. Congrats, Champ.
Yeah,
All right, all
champ,
right, all right.
champ. Get it right, get it right, get it right.
That's right. That's why I said champ. My bad. My bad. No disrespect, champ. Two-time champ, by the way. Two-time champ. Let's not forget that, ladies and gentlemen. Two-time champ. Um, well, Cease, I know that we were talking about possibly flipping our kind of agenda for today, but Prime did happen to join us, so I don't know if you want to revert back to the
Mhm. Mhm.
original, or if you wanted to keep it the way
Yeah.
we had it structured. All right, so going back to the original,
Yeah.
let's
No.
do
Let's
that.
get original. Yep.
All right, so this this past weekend we had divisional round playoffs, and we had 4 games going on. We had the Texans, Chiefs, Commanders and Lions, Ravens and Bills, and Rams and Eagles. C's, what do you want to start off with, man? Tell us.
All right.
Lead the way.
The same one. The same one we started with. The Chiefs versus the Houston Texans. You could tell the refs. You could tell the refs were straight up giving the game to the Chiefs. Yeah, it was funny, man. It was a comedy. The penalties for Mahomes is like, ah, come on now. You just wish that doesn't continue into this week. But yeah, it was a good game. I mean, the Texans they fought hard. Mahomes did, make the clutch plays as he always does. But like I said, there was some help with the what is it, personal fouls or roughing the passer penalties. But yeah, it was a good game. I think we all in our predictions, all of us, me, you, me, Serge, and Brent, we all took the Chiefs. What was the scores? The final score
23-14.
was 23-14.
Yep.
Yeah, 23-14. So I mean I mean we all picked the Chiefs, so I'm not sure who went over, who went under. But yeah, it was a good game, man. I enjoyed it. You know.
Okay. Okay.
What about
All
you,
right.
man? What did you think about the Chiefs?
So I honestly I didn't watch the game, bro. Remember I had the tournament,
Okay.
so
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I was just checking the scores periodically. And for me, it looked close. I mean, shit. I remember looking back at it. At one point, it was 12-13, and I was like, "Oh
Mm-hmm.
shit!" I'm like, "This is a hell of a game."
Yep. Yep.
But then afterwards, when I was done, I checked the score, and it was a wrap. And I was like, "Oh man!" So I didn't know about any of like the back calls or the allegedly back calls or whatever. I didn't know about any
Yeah.
of that until after I got home and looked at the highlights or whatever, checked social media and all that shit. But I didn't know about that, so I didn't know what was going on there. But yeah, from
Okay.
from
Okay.
everything I heard, I thought that was a little sus. Prime, did you get a chance to watch the game? Champ,
I did watch the game.
what were your thoughts on
It
that
was a
game?
good game. It was a good game. Just man, just Kansas City is just a veteran, man. They're just a big dog on the block that's been there already, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
plus, with a little help from the referees, um, that personal foul where Mahomes got hit, it wasn't a late hit. It was about
Right.
maybe 2 seconds. He let
Yep.
go of the ball. That
Yeah.
shit was horrible. But in general, it's the veteran team won.
Yeah. Yeah. And what are your thoughts on that, like on the penalty? So like, I think
Yeah.
everyone except the Kansas City Chiefs are the ones that are like, no, we don't get favoritism. Like, I think it's
You know what?
interesting to hear them say, no, we don't get favoritism. It's the other way around, and I'm like, are we living it like? You have a reason to be biased, albeit we all do too. But like, the fans of every other fucking team all agree on certain things, right? Like, they all agree that like those are some egregious calls, and like, yes, you get more than the fair share of calls, and but then they're all like, no, we don't get the calls. No, we don't get the calls. Like, so I want to hear your thoughts on that. Like, I want to hear your take on like, is it
Well,
just because everyone's tired of the Chiefs winning, or is it like legitimately they are getting some kind of favoritism out of
I don't think they get favoritism, but they're also protecting the quarterback,
this?
and
Okay.
they need to protect the quarterback. That the same was when Tom Brady was in the league. They were protecting the quarterback. I'm
Yo, did I
thinking,
cut off, guys?
they're protecting Mahomes.
Son of a
Um, and that's what it's all about: protecting the quarterback and protecting the new Tom Brady.
bitch. Okay.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right.
I
I can
agree
see
that.
that.
I mean, I know the league. The league always wants to have that poster child up there, and of course, like the champ said, like their new Tom Brady is Patrick Mahomes. So yes, they are gonna defend him more because
Right.
they don't want to lose him for say the rest of the season, um, and I think but there are certain calls that he does get that other quarterbacks don't get. And then I think
Right.
that's what's frustrating for every NFL fan. Like, how is this a foul? But when that happens to another quarterback, it's not a foul. Or
Right.
it's just the one I think it was personal foul that did happen where he was running and then he slid. He was going inbounds towards the middle
Yeah.
and he slid down, and then the two
And
players
one of the
actually
players
collided
collided over him.
and they called a
Yeah.
personal foul on that. And my question is, wait, isn't he a runner by then? He's not protected
Right.
as a quarterback anymore.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
how is like that's where it's like it gets confusing. It's like how are you basing that off that he's a quarterback, but then he starts running. They say he's a runner now. So those privileges of a quarterback go away. But of
Right.
course, then you said, oh, he slides, so he's a quarterback again. It's like, nah, that can't happen. Like You either
Yeah.
stick to one play, it's just the inconsistencies. I think that's what people are frustrated about.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Because the one where they hit him up high, and that one to me was like,
Yeah, it can
like,
happen. Yeah,
yeah,
it
that one,
happens.
I get, right?
Yeah.
Like the one that I didn't like at all, for sure, was the one where he slid
Hmm.
at the last second, right between both players, and like they barely touched him.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like I've heard arguments for like, well, they're gonna err on the side of caution, and I get it, but you can clearly tell that wasn't with malicious intent,
Hmm.
right? That wasn't like targeting. That wasn't like they're literally trying to make the tackle, and the
Yeah.
defender slid right between them.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
he didn't give himself up 3 yards before they got to him.
Yeah.
So I was like that. You see, and then to me, it's like it's also the timing of the calls, right? Like it
Hmm.
depends on when it happens that it's really impactful, and it seems like those two penalties came at a really bad time where it was really impactful, and
Yeah.
that's kind of what really takes away from the game, and then it really reinforces people's biases or conspiracies and things like that. And
Yep.
I was just like, I think at a certain point in time, like the league still has to find some balance and find like, hey, is it like we got to come down harder on these refs to really like they need to be rated a certain way, or like it needs to be performance based? Um, maybe like in the playoffs, maybe certain penalties do need to be checked,
Hmm.
because I get it. Like you can't review every fucking penalty because then the game would take the longest.
Yeah.
But when you have something on the line, like I think those penalties should be reviewed.
Hmm. Hmm.
At least maybe personal foul penalties.
Yeah.
Not PIs, not holding, even though like there was a bullshit holding call in our game.
Hmm.
But like I think like a personal foul, especially on quarterbacks, like that should be reviewed.
Yeah.
Because you have a chance for a defense to get off on a third down, and it's like, oh, yeah, we're erring on the side of caution, so that maybe that was a penalty.
Yeah.
First down. It's like, oh, dude, those change the flow of the game.
And I know he is aware that he's getting those calls
Oh,
because
he
if
knows.
because if you remember in that game also where he's going out of bounds, I don't know if you saw the play, but he's going out of bounds,
He's like, oh,
yeah, and he flops. And recently I think it was like 2 days ago he came out saying like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have flopped like that. So
really?
that tells me, it's like, okay, so he knows he could
Oh
get
yeah.
those calls.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows that these coaches are favored to him. I mean, these referees are favored to
Mm-hmm.
him. So
Right.
I'm like, okay, so he knows what he's doing, and he knows that he could get those calls, and I'm pretty sure he knows the majority of the time he's gonna get those calls. So that's why he does those flops. And
Yeah.
now he comes out saying, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that." So I'm like, okay, so in the back of
Mm-hmm.
his head, he knows that he could get it. So
Yeah.
that's what worries me, because I'm like, okay, a defense that puts him at an advantage when the game should be evenly. And
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's what kills me with that team, with the referees, and with the NFL. Like, dude, you guys have a favorite, and it's not being equally distributed between the teams, and
Yeah.
it's just no, it's not good for the game, and it's not good for the fans.
Yeah. Champ, what do you think about Mahomes and him admitting that hey, maybe he shouldn't have done that or whatever? Like, do you think that's part of the game? Where
That's part of the game, man. Just like
yeah.
in the NBA, you taking a
Mm-hmm.
charge,
Mm-hmm.
or you flop. That's part of the
Right.
game,
Right.
man. If you're
Yeah.
gonna use that to your advantage, what's shit? There was third and 15, and that's automatic first down,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
of course, I'm gonna do
Right.
that. Just like in soccer, where
Right. Right.
you fucking
Right.
flop,
Right.
tarjeta roja or penalty, right? So
Yep.
Right.
I
Yeah.
guess you got to use that to an advantage. But I'm with the reviewing of those penalties
Yeah.
for sure.
Personal foul.
Yeah,
Yeah. At least
yeah,
in the playoffs, because
yeah.
like there it's losing
No,
or
for
win.
sure. For
So at
sure.
least there. And I am of the camp that I agree with Champ in the sense that like it is part of the game, right? And
Mm-hmm.
until the league does something about it, like maybe like in soccer, I know that they're supposed to penalize someone if they flop, right? If it's like
Yeah.
plain and obvious, I think I've rarely seen it enforced. But like the league would have to do something about it, right? And maybe the review would be the answer. But it is part of the game because we can't act like it's new. I think it's just fresh
Mm-hmm.
in our minds that like this is what it is because it's the Chiefs and the success that they've had, and we're all kind of just tired of the success that they've had. But like Brady was infamous for it, which I do find
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
that like Brady, is calling out like this whole thing when I'm like, dude, like teams couldn't even sneak something and without getting called
Yeah.
for a penalty, and you knew what you were doing. Like, so don't act
But
like
yeah, but that's the fault of the NFL because the NFL tells the referees
one
protect this
hundred
player
percent
more.
right, right.
Yeah, so that's the NFL.
But he was milking it too. Like he knew what he was
Of
doing.
course,
He
of
it's
course.
not like like whenever they came anywhere near his legs, he was like
Yeah, that's why they created the rule. You can't dive for people's legs, for a quarterback's
right
legs,
because
because
he
of
lost the
Brady.
one season. It's like
Yep,
but
exactly.
everyone else getting hit below the leg didn't matter. But if you sneezed on
Mm-hmm.
Brady the
Mm-hmm.
wrong way, it was the same way. So it's like, yeah, it's like I'd be lying if I said Josh doesn't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Josh Allen does the same thing. He doesn't get all the
Yep.
calls that Mahomes gets, but he gets his fair share. But because he's like, fuck it, if this guy's doing it, then I'm gonna take
Yeah.
advantage of it. And I'm gonna do it too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like Champ said, like it's part of the game, and I always understood it. And Champ, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think it was pretty common knowledge that like if you're a rookie and you're a nobody, like you're not gonna get some of those calls. Like it was one of those where like
Yeah.
you had to earn it, right? Like you had to be someone, you had to show your worth, and then you would start get some of these calls. Like
And that actually came apart with in the game against the Chiefs. Not the rookie quarterback, but Stroud, right?
right,
He got
Stroud,
hit. He got hit after he threw the ball. They didn't call him. They didn't call his play. I guess he got to earn his dues, just like
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels did as well.
yeah,
So he got
exactly,
hit late, and they
yeah,
didn't call it. You got to pay his dues, I guess. So
yeah,
um, yeah. So I guess they're not gonna call it on those type of quarterbacks, but you're gonna call it on the marquee players. But we'll
right.
see. We'll see this weekend.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. We'll
so
see.
yeah, so the Chiefs beat the Texans 14-23.
Yeah, ugly game, man. That was an ugly game.
Yeah. It was like slow, really
Yeah,
slow.
Slow,
Yeah.
slow.
and Texans had the apparently Texans had the better stats. I mean, obviously that
Yep.
doesn't determine the wins, right?
Yeah,
But Texans
yeah,
had the better
yeah.
stats. I think from what I
Mm-hmm.
understood in this game, the teams that all the teams that won had the worst stats. Like they weren't the ones
Yeah.
with the better stats, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. So moving on to that, you've got the what I would say was the upset of the
Big
divisional
time.
round.
Oh yeah.
Commanders upsetting the Lions 31-45. Jaden Daniels is looking like a 1 in a million quarterback, performing especially as a rookie, and they went
The
ahead
one.
and upset everyone. I was wrong. I was dead wrong. I'm gonna be the first one to own it because in the last podcast I said I thought Detroit brings Jaden Daniels back down to earth,
Yeah.
and makes him look like a rookie. I couldn't have been more wrong. He did not. I mean, he threw 2 interceptions, right? I think, but
Oh,
Jaden Daniels in that game.
no, he hold on, I'll
Mm,
tell you.
No, he
I
didn't.
don't
I
think
take it
he
back.
did.
He did not. He had 2 touchdowns.
No,
he
no,
No
didn't.
interceptions. That
No
might have been. I think that
interceptions.
was
no
probably
interception.
that might have
Two
been the previous.
touchdowns.
Yep. No interceptions. Almost 300 yards, 1 yard short. He balled.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and Detroit just. I mean, let me ask you guys this question. Okay, we know the results. We know Commanders moved on, Lions lost. Breaks my heart for Detroit, by the way, because Detroit's like they haven't they haven't been it. Buffalo fans, I'm sure, can empathize with Detroit fans. I mean, we've at least been to Super Bowls, but we've got nothing to show for it. They haven't had a chance to even go to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. So I was like, man, a Detroit Buffalo Super Bowl would be cool. So my heart's broken for Detroit fans. Um, but I want to ask you guys a question before I forget it. Being that Detroit has lost all these coaches, there's a lot to talk about there, right? But they've lost a lot of
Hmm.
coaches. Um, and I did say that I didn't trust Jared Goff. That to me, Jared Goff is on the same scale as Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. Maybe a little
Hmm.
bit better than Sam Darnold. But again, to me, Goff isn't one that's going to elevate your team. And he definitely didn't help. Now, would you say he cost the Lions a game? Or he didn't cost the Lions a game? And let me ask you why I'm asking you, or let me explain why I'm asking you this. Because I've been watching sports nonstop. But they said that yes, you got two camps. Yes, Goff cost the game. No, Goff didn't cost the game. Goff has played out of his mind all year. And yes, he threw 3 interceptions, and 2 of them, from my understanding, were really bad. But you put up 31 points. Like, how is it that you put up
Was it
31
4
points?
interceptions?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Or 4?
Jameson Williams. No, Jameson Williams
Ah,
threw the 4th.
yeah.
Yeah. And so in the NFL, putting up 31 points on a team means you're usually going to win. Is that something that he lost, or is it that his defense lost?
Defense. Because you scored 31, but then the defense let 45.
One of those was a pick six, though. One of those picks was a pick six, if I'm not mistaken.
I still think defense. I still think defense. The defense didn't come up to play. I mean, you scored 31 points. You at least got to stop. Couple. I
C's,
can't
I
hear
think
you,
you're on.
C's.
C's, I think you're on mute.
My bad. My bad.
All right, there you go.
No. I think it's both. I think a combination of Jared Goff. Jared Goff had the worst game this season for him at the wrong time at championship division championship. And the combination. I mean, I think everybody knows that the Detroit Lions, they were hurting on defense. They had a bunch of injuries, so that was their weakness. Um, but was it Jared Goff's fault or the defense fault? I would say more Jared Goff because shit, you're the quarterback. You're supposed to, win, and not throw 3 picks. And of course not let this rookie outplay you. And so I think it is on Jared Goff.
Yeah. Yeah, I find that interesting, and we'll come
Mm-hmm.
back to that kind of. We'll circle back around that, but just to kind of keep things in perspective, he threw 3 interceptions last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He threw 2
Yeah.
interceptions the weekend before that,
Oh, okay.
and then he does have another multi-interception game at the beginning of the
Yeah, he's
season
been giving
against
up the
Tampa Bay.
ass. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he did have a 5 interception game against Houston in November. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's had a couple of multi-interception games, which even in the game where he threw 5 interceptions, they still won 26-23, and I think that's
They
probably
still
where
won. Yep.
his defense shined on
Mm-hmm.
that one. But I mean, it's very interesting to kind of to have that discussion, and like I said, we'll talk about it. Right, Prime is like one side, or Champ is like one side of the camp, is where no, the defense let him down. You're over here saying, well, it was both, but primarily it was Goff. I was like, all right, let's keep that in
Yeah.
mind for later on. Now, the other thing that comes from this is, do you see Detroit repeating this kind of success? And the reason I'm asking
Um,
this is because A, Aaron
yeah.
Glenn is
So,
gone, Ben
hmm
Johnson is gone, and Ben Johnson, I don't know if it was another coordinator that they lost. I don't know if it was an offensive or defensive coordinator, but one of those left
Yeah, the wide
to go to.
receiver,
oh,
Randall L. He went to
yeah,
Chicago.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
The wide
they're
receivers
losing some
coach.
staff there.
hmm
Um,
hmm hmm
and now being that you have what God showed you what He is that like He might be the anchor that weighs you down. Um, are they repeating? Are they going to
I
have
think
this
there's.
level of success next year, or did their
I
window
think
close?
no. I think the window's still open. They still got some good players. But I think their level of success is gonna go down. Of course, I think I have a feeling for it because my 49ers, after they lost their defensive coordinators, their defense just keeps going down and down. It's like, fuck. So now both of them losing, offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, yeah, that's gonna take a hit on the team. But I think the Detroit Lions should have also been planning for this because they should have known, that both of these coordinators are going to leave this season because they are hot names. So they hopefully they have some backup, backup people in mind already to step into that offensive coordinator position because it's definitely not Dan Campbell that's going to be calling the calls. It's going to be somebody I think from within the organization, maybe a passing coordinator or assistant, coach, whatever's moves up to offensive coordinator, and there you go. Like I said, they still going to have the same players. They still have Gibbs, St. Brown. They still got Goff,
Montgomery.
Montgomery. They still and their defense is gonna come back healthier next season. So um, you still got Hutchinson, who's I think would have made a difference in that game. But I think it is gonna. Their level of success is gonna go down because it just happens like that with whenever you lose a good offensive coordinator and a good defensive coordinator. Yes, their level of success will go down. It's not gonna be
Okay,
the same.
Champ, what do you think? Did their window close?
The window's not closing because they're still young, man. They're still
Mm,
young.
yeah.
They just got hit with a bunch of injuries.
Yep.
Okay.
They're still a two-headed monster with Gibbs and
Montgomery.
with Knuckle in Montgomery, and you're
Mm-hmm.
still good. St. Brown is still there. Jameson might peak too as well. So they got a 1 and 2. Um, but
And they got a
the
good tight
main
end
guy
in
is
Porter.
Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, man, he's
Mm-hmm.
still there. So everything funnels through him. So you still got Dan Campbell. They're in a tough division. Um, but I think they'll probably drop a little bit, but not that much.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna say that I think defensively, I think they perform as good, if not better. I
Mm-hmm.
think where there's a bit of a fall off is I think is the offense. I think Ben Johnson got the most out of Jared Goff, and I don't think he's going to be able to repeat the season that he had. You're right. He still has Montgomery. He still has Gibbs. He still has got St. Brown. He's got Laporta. He's got even Jameson Williams, who could take the top off of a lot of
Mm-hmm.
teams. Like, I agree there, but I think Ben Johnson was the key to Jared Goff's success. Now, where I think they are still going to be at the top of their division, right? Because it's the Bears, Vikings, them, and
The
what
Packers.
and the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Green Bay performing too much better than they did last year. I mean, I don't see Sam Darnold coming back to the Vikings, so I don't see them having that success. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Bears are there yet. So
Yeah.
it's Detroit's division to lose. Obviously, they'll make the playoffs, but here's why I think, and they make the playoffs. I'm going to say on the backs of their defense, and the reason I say that is because they're going to have the same thing that Buffalo had, that you guys, the Niners, are also going to have. You had so many injuries on defense that as a
Mm-hmm.
result, you had to play so many young players that they got so much experience. So like your depth is going to be ridiculous. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be a massive drop off whenever one of your players gets hurt.
Yeah.
And so, or you can rotate them now because they've got so much experience. And that's kind of what's been succeeding for Buffalo is that like we got a bunch of no-name players on defense sometimes, but it's like the fact that we had so many other players come in and play for such a long time that they got so much experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Detroit's gonna have the same thing because they have so many injuries that like you think about it now, you're like shit. They did it without Chad Hutchinson. They did it
Yeah.
without,
Yeah.
Anzalone. They did it with all these guys, and now they're going to be fully healthy. Like the backups and the backups are going to have a lot of experience, and that's
Mm-hmm.
huge. So I think they'll have that success because of their defense, but at the same time, other teams are going to get better around them. Like I don't think Philly regresses next year. Washington's going to improve.
No, just
Mm-hmm.
look at the division.
The
Just look at the
Niners,
division. Green Bay is going to be there.
yeah.
Minnesota
Well,
is
that's
going
what
to
I'm
be
saying.
there.
I think they win their
Yeah.
division because, but I don't think they get past too much past that. Is what I'm saying. That's why I think their window might have closed because Goff is not one that elevates the team. You see what I'm saying? Like if they had a Patrick Mahomes in Detroit, I'm like, oh shit, fuck yeah, their shit's not closing. Even if they lose the
Mm-hmm.
coordinators, their shit's not closing. If they had a Lamar Jackson or a Josh Allen, oh fuck, their window's not closing. But it's Goff. Like he doesn't elevate the team. So I don't see them getting past a Washington in the playoffs. I don't see them getting past a Philly in the playoffs. I don't see them getting past the Niners. I don't see them getting past a Rams team if Stafford comes back one more year. Because that
Mm-hmm.
defense for the Rams is going to be legit. That Rams defense, after a year of playing so many young dudes, that
Yeah.
defense is going to be legit. You know, so like that to me is kind of why they're going to struggle because they're no longer going to be some of the top teams in the NFC. In terms
Mm-hmm.
of, yes, they'll win their division, but I don't know that once you get into the playoffs, I don't know that you're going to have what it takes to 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 have your quarterback elevate you past those teams.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I think they're done. All right. Well, moving on
Moving
from that
on.
game. Moving on from that game, we've got the what was the other game?
The
The Rams,
Rams. The Rams
Rams,
at
Eagles.
the Eagles. Yeah.
What were
Final score for that. Final score for that game was 28, 22 Eagles.
mm-hmm.
Let me see. I think, yeah, you
You know, the
Sojo, you
only
took the
idiot.
Rams.
Yeah, I was the only
Yeah,
idiot to upset, which they almost did.
yeah, they
They
almost
almost
did, but
upset them.
no.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah, you
could have
took the
still been close.
Rams. You went the over, and yeah, it was over. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I think
Who?
that's the only one you got. No, no, you got the Lions too. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you went 2 for 2 last week. Sorry,
I'll take
but
it.
yeah, no,
At
yeah,
least I
that
won.
game, yeah, that game was it was good. Like you said, the Rams defense did look good, man. They did look good. But you could tell like the Rams they were playing in the element. They were playing in the snow. Um, you it kind of tell like the footing wasn't there. They had a chance in that final drive to make make a comeback, but oh man, Jared Goff took that sack, and
I
I
mean,
think after that it was
Stafford.
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 oh, sorry, Stafford. Stafford took that
Goff's
sack,
former
and
team.
I know, and he took that sack, and that's it. I think that was a wrap. But yeah, man, and then of course Saquon was just beast, man. Oh
Yeah.
man, fucking Giants, dumbasses. Uh, but yeah, man, it was a good game. It was back and forth, and no, it wasn't even back and forth. You could tell that the Eagles had control of it. Luckily for the Eagles, it's just they just had Saquon. Saquon just ripped off two big ass runs, and man, it was just over after that. I think.
Yeah,
But
78
yeah,
and
man,
62
it was
yards.
yeah, man.
Yeah. And it was, to ACN's point about the elements, Puka Nakua missed a couple passes that he would have got
Yeah,
when the weather was good. Like really, really good passes for
Yeah.
one that was a third down pass he missed. Really pivotal of the game. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think if the weather was different, maybe the Rams would have won. Um, but I think this is the end of the road for Stafford and Cooper
Yeah.
Cup.
Mm,
Mm.
okay, all right.
No,
End of the
I think
road.
Stafford still has maybe one more season in him. Cooper Cup, yeah, he doesn't look the same anymore, man. Sad, but yeah, no, I think Cooper Cup gets released because they have Puka, and I think they have they could draft another receiver, or they either have a Whittington or some other guy there, but we'll see, man. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was a good
that.
game. Saquon was a beast in it.
Yeah. Um, Puka. Just so you guys know, even in the elements, Puka was targeted 14 times. That's
Mm.
insane. Puka is legit. I like Puka. Um, do you guys
Oh,
think
yeah,
Stafford's cracked ribs played a role in this game? He's had cracked ribs
possibility.
since week 15 apparently, and it
Oh, really?
re-aggravated them
Well,
in the
he
playoffs.
took a big hit when he ran. When he ran for that first down, he
Yeah,
took a big hit.
yeah. So
So
I
maybe
mean,
maybe.
uh, which might be interesting to say, hey, like, do you really want to put up another year of that? Like, I mean, you play with cracked ribs. Like, now we all know Stafford is tough. We all know
Hmm.
he's a tough mofo. Um, but I don't know. Do the Rams even have a backup plan as a quarterback?
They
Jimmy
got Jimmy
G.
G. Jimmy G.
Dude, I don't know, man. I mean,
Mm-mm.
he's serviceable. I mean, I don't think he's any worse than Jared Goff.
But honestly, I think they could attract a free agent. You could probably tell Sam Darnold, like, Sam Darnold, come over here and shit, like, play for
What?
us. You got a
What
good running
Sam
back.
Darnold?
You got a
That
good.
was Sam Darnold.
I think he's, if Stafford retires, then you got to take him, because all you need is somebody to throw the ball to Puka and hand off the ball to Karen Williams, and that's it. They got a good defense. That defense is legit. Who's gonna hold teams down? And you
Yeah,
just need an offense that could score some points, and there you go.
but then like you're repeating Minnesota's cycle. Like he gets you to the playoffs and then you're out. Like
Either that, or you draft a quarterback. And out of
you can't.
this
Not
draft
at
class, yeah,
Yeah, not at this rate. No, I mean
this draft class is not good quarterbacks.
no, no. Unless like I said, you guys should tank for Archie next year. But I mean that's not the topic. But yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I if that's the case, I just say you roll out with Jimmy G. I mean,
True,
that's it.
true.
Just roll out with Jimmy G and see what else is out there. I don't know off the top of my head what other unrestricted free agent quarterbacks will be out there.
Yeah, yeah,
They might
and
want to compete with. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
yeah. The only one I know that everybody's talking about is Darnold.
Yeah,
Or maybe, también maybe either one of the Pittsburgh quarterbacks. I know one of them is going to be a free agent, because one of them is staying and the other one's leaving. So
mm. All right, all right. Champ, do you think the Rams, maybe based on how this year went and based on the talent that they've got, are they taking the NFC West, or is that going to be the Niners division to lose?
The Niners are done, bro.
she's stupid.
Ooh, look at that.
The
Speak
Niners are
on it,
done.
champ.
The Niners are
Speak
done.
on it, champ.
The
Okay,
Niners
okay,
are done. I think the
okay.
Niners are done.
I'm gonna save this.
Um,
He's gonna clip it.
just looking at the really young defense for the Rams. That's where they're going to be marketing putting all their coins into this defense.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback, they might give Stafford one more year. The last year,
Right.
the last hurrah. With the with what was his name?
Jimmy G.
McVay.
Oh,
McVay.
McVay.
Yeah,
McVay.
I think they owe him. They owe him one last year if he wants to come back. If not, then maybe Daniel Jones, maybe um, Russell Wilson, even Justin Fields. Who knows?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
McVay, he's a quarterback whisperer for sure. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, but Cooper Cup, who knows? Maybe restructure his contract and he comes back as well. Or maybe Aaron Donald comes back out of retirement. Who knows? Um, but I think I would like to see Stafford one more year. I mean, he still had it, He still has those no
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
passes. But I still
Right.
think the
Right.
Rams are the one. The Rams are the team to beat in the NFC West because they started out horrible, but they finished really strong. Like
Hmm.
10 games in a row, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10
Hmm.
wins in a row.
Right. Right.
So, and we'll see. We see Geno Smith leaves Seattle.
Yep.
Arizona's
Oh.
always, Arizona. So I still think
Yeah.
the Rams will be the team to beat in the NFC West. A lot of question marks for the 49ers, with McCaffrey. Um, there's a lot of question marks given that big contract to Ayuk. Um, Debo Sanders or Debo, whatever the guy name is.
Debo
Debo
Samuels.
Yeah.
Samuels.
Samuel's that guy. They're getting
Yeah.
older,
Yep.
so we'll see. But I still think the Rams are the team to beat in the NFC West for sure. They came
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
Okay. All right. What about any thoughts to Kirk Cousins going to
One more
if
time. Yeah.
Stafford is
Yeah.
not back? Kirk Cousins maybe with that
Yeah.
roster.
Yeah.
I mean
Kirk
that's kind
Cousins,
of
yeah, I
intriguing with
doubt,
that
yeah,
roster.
yeah.
The only thing with Kirk Cousins is he's kind of Stafford's age. So it's like you're trading, you're getting one for the other. It's like you kind of get you. The thought is, to me at least, get younger, so we
Yeah,
don't have to get this.
but you're not gonna find your like whoever you get is gonna be a bridge to somebody that you draft.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
unless you pin your hopes on a Justin Fields if he's available. There's no
Hmm.
young quarterbacks out there that you can really pin your hopes on. If you're the Rams, like
Yeah.
whoever you get is a bridge quarterback in my eyes, whether it's Stafford or whether it's like a Kirk Cousins.
Hmm.
Even if you get a Russell Wilson, I mean, again, same thing, bridge quarterback.
What if the Chargers trade Herbert? They give him to the Rams,
Ooh, I mean,
and what if John
that would be
Harbaugh
nice
gets
for the
his
Rams.
boy JJ,
I, I'll give
and
Harbaugh
Vikings
that.
stay with Darnold? Can you imagine
You
that?
think
I can see that.
that would be crazy, dude? If
What I what,
Harbaugh is dumb enough to pin his hopes on JJ, I mean,
but what I do know about Jim Harbaugh is that he likes his own quarterbacks. He likes to
true.
pick his own quarterbacks. The quarterback that's there already, he really doesn't like him because he's like, for Jim Harbaugh, it's like, I didn't pick him, so I don't want to be stuck to him. So
Right.
yeah, I can see Herbert, getting traded, but it will take a lot of convincing of the owner and general manager to let Herbert go. But it
Yeah,
could
that's a
happen.
lot there.
It could happen for sure because I know Harbaugh. Harbaugh, he loves his own quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say it's going to definitely be an interesting off season. That's
Yeah.
for sure. It'll be an interesting off season. It'll be an interesting draft too, by the way. All right, well there you go, folks. So the Eagles move on. Unfortunately, the Rams, their season came to an end last week. We were hoping that they keep playing inspired football due to the fires, but unfortunately, that came to an end for them. And then the last game of the divisional rounds
What
was
let you talk first, Sergio? Tell us
okay.
how you felt, everything all the emotions you went through. Go.
Yeah. All
How was
right.
the game for you, man?
So as a Bills fan, listen, I'm always shitting bricks. I can never really rest until the score, until the clock says 0-0. So
Yeah.
it was mini heart attack after mini heart attack. Um, the I will say I don't remember if I predicted a score. I think I just said like I don't have a score. I just
Nah, you didn't.
if
Yeah, you didn't.
I'm like if the Bills win, it'll be a close game, maybe by 1-2 points. And so it kind of came to that fruition. There's this weird thing that I've kind of become accustomed to now with like Josh is that like the game's not really over. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't really go into panic mode. You're still freaking out, but you're not in panic mode. So basically, when Baltimore scored, um, I wasn't too worried about it. I was like, all right, like Buffalo needs to come out and at
In
least,
the first drive, right?
yeah, right. I'm like,
Okay,
Buffalo
yeah.
needs to respond with at least a field goal because I was feeling better because they were keeping Henry in check. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, the game plan is we're going to keep Henry in check. Now, what I do find interesting is that I heard all week Baltimore's going to obliterate Buffalo. Not from everybody, just certain pundits, right? Like, oh, you
Mm-hmm.
know what? Like, it was always a back and forth. And Buffalo's argument was like, listen, we're not the same team that faced Baltimore that week where
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore smoked us. We had 9 players out, 9 starters on defense were out. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Josh had a broken hand, and Khalil Shakir literally went out like in the first 5 minutes of the first quarter. I think Dalton Kincaid, our tight end, was banged up. So it was like we were just beat up. And I know that they say injuries are part of the game. Like, I get it. But when your 9 starters are out on defense and your offense is banged up, like, it's going to have an impact. Should
Mm-hmm.
we have gotten smoked like that? No, probably not. But we did. So for people to say it's not going to be any different, I thought, well, no, that's not true. There should be a difference, and it showed, and that's what I was kind of banking on. That's kind of what was keeping me calm. And in the back of my head, I was hoping Lamar would default to that Lamar, the one that everyone's
Mm-hmm.
stereotyping, saying Lamar can't win it in the playoffs. He chokes in the playoffs. And when they scored right away, I was like, oh, please, 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 please go back to that Lamar. And so Buffalo came back and responded, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm feeling good. And then Lamar threw the pick, and I was like, oh shit, there it is. I'm like, there it is. But again, like I said, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you live on a fucking roller coaster of emotions. We didn't do shit with the interception.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do anything. We
Yeah.
didn't score any points.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you know, not until the second half or second quarter, sorry, then we ended up putting 2 touchdowns on them. And again, that was from another turnover, right? Lamar had fumbled.
Yeah.
We got the ball back,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then we scored a couple points there. And I was like, I couldn't rest though. It was 21 to 10 at the half. We were getting the ball back,
Mm-hmm.
and the only time I would have relaxed is if Buffalo would have scored. So in that game, I was like, if Buffalo scores on the third quarter, like when we get the ball right back, if we double up and we score a touchdown, then I'm feeling good about this game
Yeah.
because then it's really going to take uh, Henry out of the game. They didn't score, and I was like,
They didn't score
fucking
in the third quarter.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
No, I was like, fucking Buffalo. I was like, dude, I was like, it can never be easy. I'm like, I knew it was going to be a close
Yeah.
game, and I was hoping that I was wrong and that Buffalo miraculously smoked them out of there, and I was like, shit. And the game was getting close, and I remember within the last 8 minutes or close to the last 8 minutes, I'm like, Buffalo, you need to have a stand here. Like you just need
Oof.
to. I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, just make one play, and the fucking Mark Andrews fumble happened, and I was
Yep.
like, yes. I was like, thank freaking God. I was like, but again, still can't rest because at the end of the day, it only resulted in a field goal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the only thing that gave me comfort was that they couldn't beat us. They couldn't take the lead there. They could only tie.
Yeah.
So the way the game was going, I was like, well, they're going to leave us time if they score. And sure enough, they scored. And so now it's 25-27 with like what
Yeah.
a little less than 2 minutes left, and I'm like, fuck. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I was like, don't get this 2 point conversion, Buff. I'm like, don't let them get this 2 point conversion. I genuinely thought they were just gonna run it
Yeah.
in, and they rolled out, and it was an incomplete pass, and I was just like, holy shit. Um, but
The the Mark Andrews drop.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's,
will say, it got to the point where I literally had to put the TV on mute because Tony Romo and
So
the
Jim
other guy,
Nance.
yeah, Jim Nance, would not shut the fuck up. And they were like, well, you know what? The game's not over. In fact, Baltimore can still win it because they're going to do an onside kick. And if they recover and they kick a field goal, it's game over. And I was like, turn this shit off. I'm like, I don't need. And he's over there talking about success. He's like, well, you know, it's only a 5% success rate, but you never know. I'm like, can you stop fucking jinxing us? Shut the fuck up. Like, I literally had to put the fucking game on mute for a sec. So I was shitting bricks, and I'm like, how's this gonna go? Like, it's snowing, the ball is wet, it's cold.
Uh,
Are we gonna mishandle this? I was like, Jesus Christ, I like couldn't rest. And even when we got the ball back, I still couldn't rest because I was like, is there too much time on the clock left?
hmm.
And so it wasn't until Ty Johnson got that first down, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like we're good, like down it, and we're good. Then I could relax, and then all my emotions came out, and I said, "Fuck it, keep doubting us, keep fucking doubting us, keep telling us that our players that weren't there didn't make a difference. Our players that weren't there made a difference. Terrell Bernard caused the Mark Andrews fumble. Matt Milano was on Lamar Jackson as a spy, and he tipped that ball in the first 2-point conversion. So that didn't allow him to get those 2 points. Like, all the players that weren't there, they all made a fucking difference then.
Yeah.
And it was like, thought you said it wasn't going to make a difference. Now they made a difference. So it was a heart attack for me. I was glad that we moved on. At the end of the day, I was like, whoever one of us wins, like, what I didn't want to see was the bullshit rhetoric about, they could never win. But I didn't foresee Lamar having those turnovers, and I didn't foresee Baltimore having 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
So that was different. What about your guys' take on this game?
Nah, yeah. For me, it was just those turnovers were the difference. Of course, those in the first quarter, Lamar throwing up that interception, where he was like, "Oh, that's a better interception. That's on Lamar." Then of course, the Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews had a good game, but he had 2 costly plays. Of course, the fumble, where they in that drive they were actually driving, and I was like, dude, these guys are gonna score. And like, oh man, he fumbled it around the 40-yard line, I think. And dude, I was like, oh my god, it changed the outcome, And then of course the last play, not the last play, but the 2-point conversion where he dropped it. I'm sure most of the time he has it, and I'm sure he'll tell you like, I have to catch that, and that's an easy catch, but he just dropped it. I was like, oh, bad drop, and that's just the way it goes. That's the NFL, and that's it, man. It was a good game. I was rooting for the Bills, but yeah, it was a good game. I was happy that it ended that way. It came down to the wire, and yeah, it sucks sort of Lamar because I think he deserves a Super Bowl, but that's it, man. Josh Allen moves on, and Lamar has to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Champ.
Yeah, I think it was a great game. I watched it with the commission, Rainmakers, aka Island Boy. So I watched it with them. It was a good game, but at the end, well, the Ravens, they beat themselves with the fumble, with the interception, drop balls, multiple drop balls. Not only that touchdown one, but the one Matt Andrews, fumbled, and he had another drop ball. So it's the old Ravens. It's not one player; it's a whole team. Lamar Jackson fumbled. I think personally he should have ran it. If he would have ran it, he would have probably scored.
The 2-point conversion.
The 2-point conversion, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he should have ran it. He would have scored.
Yeah.
But
yeah. That 2-point conversion, the play was there. The play was open. And Mark Andrews was he just dropped the ball.
He dropped the ball, but I think he should have ran.
True. Should have used Henry.
Yeah. That whole 2 minute, the whole 3 minutes that the Ravens got the ball, they didn't use Henry at all. because I needed
Mm-hmm.
15 yards to hit my
Your
picks,
parlay.
man. Fuck. Thanks to fucking Henry. I didn't hit it. 15 yards, bro. 15 yards.
Oh, and he was
Um,
starting to break them
and
off too.
oh, he was breaking
Yeah,
them. I just needed 15 yards.
in the second
Yeah.
half he did.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But
I
he
thought,
finished with
yeah,
that yards.
yeah. And I thought we were gonna go to overtime. Once in overtime, he was like, yeah, it's over. I would have got it. But anyways,
Hmm.
yeah, the better team won. Um, the better team won, which is the Bills. And
Yeah,
you know, yeah, the Ravens beat themselves.
yeah. And I
And
do
I
agree.
thought
Oh,
that
good.
you remember a play where Allen was at the goal line? I thought he was gonna flip it. I don't know if you saw
Oh, he
it
Oh,
was
where
about to. He was
he
about
was
to.
yeah,
about.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, "What are you doing?" I
He was
really
about
thought
to.
but he kept it and gracias a Dios,
Survived.
if
Yep,
not,
survived to play
he
another.
would have got fumbled and to the house, and it would be a different
Yep,
story.
yep,
He learned from
I
his mistakes.
he thought about it.
yep.
Oh, he thought about
I
it.
saw it too. By the way, I saw it too. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, goes here.
he thought about it. He was like, he
Oh
was ready,
man.
but then he was like, nah, let me eat it up. So that's pretty
Yeah.
good. He learned from his
Yeah,
mistakes, and that tells you that
yeah.
he's grown in
Champ,
that sense.
Mm-hmm,
champ,
mm-hmm.
Because
100%, man. I'm
the
glad you
last
brought
time
that
he
up.
did it, he remember that play where he pitched it back and all hell broke loose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyways, yeah,
Oh yeah,
but
but
you
not,
know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Champ,
So
I'm
yeah,
glad you
so
brought that up.
the Bills was the better team and they won. So you know
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I agree.
they move
I'm
on.
glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. And for one of the things that Prime brought up, or Champ brought up, there was two crucial drops, by the way, in the game.
Yeah.
The first crucial drop technically was Derrick Henry.
The
Derrick
Derrick
Henry
Henry
had a
one, yeah.
wide open.
Uh,
Yeah, he was wide open. Yeah, that bad boy
But
was
it was a
open.
bad throw. They
But
kind of threw, but he's not a pass
it
catcher.
was. I mean, he's
Henry,
not a pass catcher. That's the thing. But I think
yeah.
that's why they did it, because you don't expect Derrick Henry to go out and catch it.
But it was a
But if he
bad throw. He
catches
kind of
that,
threw it to the floor.
he
It was
did.
a
I
low
mean, if he
floor. He
catches
was a
that,
low floor.
that
Oh, he was gone.
that's about a six. Yeah, he was gone.
Yeah, he
The
was
other
gone.
one that's pivotal, that didn't seem pivotal at the time, was technically Mark Andrews dropped the pass right before Lamar got sacked for the fumble.
Yeah.
yeah.
So if Mark Andrews catches that, they probably don't have that other play. So those were crucial on Mark Andrews' part. Um, Now I will say, as much of the success that the Bills had, or the Bills win the game, I found it interesting that the topic really hasn't been, "Hey, the Bills won." It's been, "Hey, Lamar lost," and it's been
Mm-hmm.
the argument of, "Hey, Lamar cost the game." No, he didn't. He didn't, because he played well enough to win. Well, and then it's the back and forth. It's like, well, but in the beginning, he cost them the game. And it's like, looks like we might have lost Prime. Do you still see Prime on your end? He's back.
Nah, he's off mine.
Okay. Oh,
Oh, there
there
you
he
go.
is. He's back. All right. So I thought that was interesting. I also keep thinking, like, I hear like, well, Josh didn't really do anything. It's like he didn't need to. Like he didn't need to force anything. Like, and what I don't like is that you know, Chap said it himself, but I know he didn't mean it that way. But Chap said it himself, is Baltimore cost themselves the game, right? And it's like, well, Baltimore, they don't fumble, they win, and da 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 da. But it's like, okay, but what do we used to say about the championship teams of of New England and even in KC? Well, they know how to play. They know not to beat themselves in the playoffs. They
Yeah.
wait for you to make mistakes and they take advantage. Well, what did
Yeah.
Buffalo do?
Eh,
They waited for
Not
you to
making
make the mistakes so
mistakes.
they could take the
Yeah.
bag. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
just because you fumble or lose the ball doesn't mean we're gonna score. Case in point, we didn't score on one of those, on the interception, right? If we
Mm-hmm.
score on that interception, maybe the game's not even that close anymore. Maybe the momentum shifts a lot more. Um, and so it's like Buffalo did what they had to do. But for me, it's like, great. Keep doubting us. Keep saying, like, keep talking about Lamar. keep talking about that. Don't talk
Mm-hmm.
about Buffalo Bills. Don't talk about Josh. Like that's fine. Because we're not going to stop hearing it until we win a Super Bowl, and God willing, it's this year. But like, it's just never going to stop, right? The people that doubted Josh, like, they're never going to say, "Oh yeah, my bad, we fucked up." Like, they're going to keep pushing a narrative.
Yeah.
And so even if Josh goes into Arrowhead and he loses, they're still going to say shit. You see, he can't beat Mahomes. And it's like, guys, we literally had this with Brady and Manning. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Manning got talked about all the time. He can't do it until he finally did. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm hoping we can get that monkey off our back. But I do enjoy the fact that they're not giving Buffalo the praise that they deserve. And it was more
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore losing the game and Lamar losing the game. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, but we'll see. I mean, so with that, let's move on to the actual championships. And that means that, the Bills are playing the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
Yep.
And the Eagles are playing the Redskins in Philadelphia. Cease, what game do you want to start off with?
Let's just start with the first game. Washington, Philly. Let me see. Philly is favorite. By six. Yeah, by 6. Over under is 47.5. It's in Philly. And do you know the weather?
38 degrees
can't see the weather.
at game time. It's supposed to be like around 40
Okay.
before, so it's like, I guess by the time game time starts, it's 48, but 38. When I checked it earlier today,
Okay.
because I was putting in some bets, I checked it, and it's supposed to be like 10 to 15 mile an hour winds. No rain, no snow.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
But it's supposed to be about
Yeah.
10
So
to
that
15 mile an hour winds.
so I think that's an advantage for Washington. And so picking this game for me, I think the majority of fans are taking Washington over Philly because me personally, I don't like Philly.
Right. Neither do I. I think only Philly fans.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna take Washington on this one. And the reason why I think Jaden Daniels is gonna make a difference, he's gonna make a difference passing the ball, but I think where he is gonna make a big difference is running the ball. Jaden Daniels, what I love about Jaden Daniels is his running ability. He fucking this last game against the Lions, like dude, he was just the Commanders needed a first down, like boom, this fool just runs the ball.
Lamar Jackson type.
So I was like, and he could throw the ball better than Lamar Jackson. It's like, man, like this guy really got it and shit.
No,
I was like, dude,
he's the one. He's the one.
yeah. And I was like, man, and of course, I do want to see that first rookie quarterback to make it to the Super Bowl. I do want to see that. But yeah, I'm gonna go for Philly. I'm gonna say.
Go for Philly or Washington?
Sorry, Washington. I'm gonna go for Washington. I'm gonna say 27-21 Washington.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Ooh. Chat, what you got on this game? Thoughts?
It's a divisional rival. They know each other.
Mm-hmm.
I just think Philadelphia is gonna come out with they're too much for them, man. Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
Barkley is just they got to pound to the ground, man. Running pound. I'm taking the Eagles.
What do you think the final score is gonna be?
It's gonna be over the
over 47.5.
Over 47 for sure.
Okay.
So I'm taking the Eagles and the over.
Okay.
All right.
Which I wouldn't be surprised if the Commanders win, though. It is a divisional game. They know each other.
Yeah, that's very important right there. It's a divisional matchup. It's the third game technically of the season for them. They both won one game this season each.
Yeah.
Against each other, so they know each other really well, and those games are always hard to pick because it's a divisional game. It's like there's extra motivation. But I think I think the game plan for Washington is simple. Just stop Saquon no matter what you do. Saquon cannot. He can get you your first downs, but don't let him bust out with those long ass runs and shit, man. Because
And
that's what kills. That's what kills teams.
they gave up that dude. Gibbs ran all over them. He had 105 yards. So can you imagine Barkley?
Yeah.
Could we get a 200-yard game? Who knows? I think so.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
But that's the plan. You know, stack up the box. You know, Jalen Hurts can't run. He has an injured knee. Just contain Barkley. That's the game plan. If he beats you by throwing it, fuck it. You accept it. But Saquon Barkley is their key to winning this game. And if you stop Saquon, I think you win the game.
Yeah, because the Lions had 521 yards, man, of
Yep.
offense. Fuck. Dude, they gave
But
up
that's
five.
because they were losing. That's because they
Yeah,
were
and then
losing and they
they
had
gave
to
up
fucking
200 yards of rushing as well. So you
yeah.
know, it's gonna be the Eagles have a great offensive line, so they're gonna just.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna
Yeah.
eat them up, and we'll see Barkley for a historic day.
Sheesh.
Mark,
Okay. Okay.
All right, all right. So I'm gonna say I'm with Prime on this. I'm I'm hoping I'm wrong.
yeah,
Put it
me
like that.
too.
Okay.
I'd rather see Washington play the Super Bowl. In fact, it'd be fantastic if they played Buffalo in the Super Bowl, and then you got a rematch of Super Bowl like 36 or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Back in 90, 91, 92
Yeah,
or something.
91.
Yeah.
Be fantastic if Buffalo could get their revenge against the Commanders or
Joe Gibbs,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I forgot the
No, it
quarterback.
wasn't even Joe Gibbs. No, it was the other quarterback.
No, Joe Gibbs was the
Ripken,
coach.
Yeah, Joe Gibbs. Yeah,
Ripken.
but
It was
right,
Mark
but the
Ripken.
quarterback. Yeah, no, it wasn't Mark Rippon.
No, it was a black
It
quarterback.
was a black quarterback.
Peterson,
Ca- uh, no,
Doug
Campbell.
Peterson.
No,
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 it
it
wasn't
wasn't
Peterson.
Peterson.
No, it was a
Okay.
black quarterback.
Yeah,
In the 90s.
in the
Yeah,
91,
91.
91.
91.
Yeah,
Yeah, wasn't it
Yeah.
Doug Peterson, the guy from Grambling State?
no.
I don't think his name was Doug Peterson. Fool.
Or Peterson, the guy, you know, I'm talking about the
Peterson?
one.
Doug Peterson's a
His
coach.
last name was
and a white
the
guy.
the last no Peterson, the
Wasn't it
guy
Joe
from
Smith?
Grambling
No,
State.
Hold on. Let me double check. Oh, it says Mark Rippon.
but he was a backup. Right? Wasn't it
It was his last name was Peterson. Doug Williams.
Doug
But that was in
Williams?
19
There you go.
But that was 1988 though.
Fool.
That was 1988.
Put Redskins winning quarterback.
I swear it was Doug Williams.
That was in 1988.
Yeah.
Maybe rip it. Maybe rip it.
Yeah, it was Mark Ripken. It was Doug Williams, Jeff Rulich, and Mark Ripken won Super Bowl.
Okay.
So Doug Williams, 1988. Yeah. So the
Okay, yeah,
was
then it
Mark
probably
Ripken.
was up in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. That's all right. That's interesting. Well, either way.
Yeah, if you look at it,
Buffalo gets
it's
their,
Mark Ripken won the.
Hopefully they
Gets their revenge.
They get their revenge if they make it to the Super Bowl. That would be fantastic. Kind of come full circle on that one. That one would be pretty dope.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Prime is right, dude. Right, that shit was stuck in my head that it was Doug Williams, but no, Mark Rippon was the MVP.
I know, me too. Yeah.
Holy shit! Is this one of those weird moments where you're like, "Oh shit, is this the Mandela effect?" I thought it was Doug Williams. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. But unfortunately, I don't think
It was Matthews, the Matthews effect.
Let's do it.
I don't think Washington will make it. I think the Eagles defense is catching fire at the right time.
Yeah.
I think this is just going to be a low scoring game. Actually, I don't think it's going to be the over. I'm actually going to choose the under on this one.
Okay.
But I think Washington. I don't think it's close. I think Philly's defense comes to play. Uh, and in fact, I think that they will milk the clock in terms of like, I don't know that Saquon goes for 200 yards, but what I think Saquon does is keep the drives long, and I think it kills the meaning the game goes a lot faster. So it keeps
Hmm.
Jaden Daniels off the field because if you're Philly, you want to keep Jaden Daniels off the field. And how do you keep Jaden Daniels off the field? By long sustained drives. It won't work if you have Saquon Barkley running, you know, 70-yard touchdowns, and then Jaden Daniels has a chance to respond. I think they're going to try and go with long sustained drives. And I'm actually hoping that I'm right on this because I put money on AJ Brown to score a touchdown, which AJ Brown hasn't scored a touchdown in a hot minute. Um, but I think they don't rely heavily on Saquon Barkley because they've they've put a lot of carries on him on the last couple of games. And if you're Philly and you're trying to make it to the Super Bowl, the last thing you want to do is win this game but get Barkley hurt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think as cool, calm, and collective as Jaden Daniels is, I mean, at some point it has to rattle him. And the defense, like I said, for Philly is coming alive, dude. I mean, they're calling what Jalen Carter, fucking Aaron Donald 2.0. I mean,
Yeah.
the dude was unblockable.
Yeah.
Um,
He's really good.
and so
Really good.
I think at this point, like you said it best, if Washington has a chance to win, it's going to be on Jaden Daniels' legs. And it has to be on him converting crucial third downs because though he uses his legs, he doesn't score touchdowns with his legs.
Yeah.
And I think in order for them to win, he'll have to use his legs to score touchdowns this week
Mm-hmm.
or this weekend. Um, but I don't know that it's going to be enough because if he's running, then again the game is being milked away, and it's like I just think they run out of time. I think it's a low scoring game. I honestly think Philly wins this game like 27 to like 18.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the only way Commanders win, and I had a weird feeling about this, and I don't want to put it out there because I don't want to see it happen, but like Saquon goes down. That's the only way that that Commanders win this game. You know that Saquon goes down and they can't milk the clock and they can't keep Jaden Daniels off the field because Brian Robinson and Eckler aren't going to do anything against Philly with
Yeah.
that defense. It's going to have to be on Jaden's legs and arms, you know. And
Yeah,
so if you
I
can, if
agree.
you, yeah, that's
Either
the
Barkley
only way.
goes down or Hurts goes down. One of those guys goes down,
Oh
the
yeah, one
Commanders
hundred
have a
percent,
shot.
100%. Like, but other than that, I don't see Commanders winning. I would love it though, but I don't see it.
Yeah. Philly's favored by 6. So yeah, I mean it's gonna be good. But and I know the Commanders they lost their offensive lineman. They lost I think one of their
Cosme,
Cosme.
the guard.
Yeah, he's out for the season, torn ACL. So that
Yeah,
hurts big time.
yeah, which is
Um,
right up the middle. Which is who's up the middle right now? Jalen
yeah,
Carter.
Jalen Carter. But no, I mean, I of course my heart, my I'm going for Washington, of course. But yeah, it's gonna be a good game, man. It's divisional rivalry, man. It's up in the air. There's
Yeah,
extra motivation to win because it's a division foe. So it's like, oof,
one
it's gonna
hundred
be a good
percent,
game.
one hundred
Yep.
percent. It's gonna be great. And then last but not least, the game that's
Oosh.
the game that's had me having anxiety attacks even before it starts is Bills Chiefs. In what Kansas City likes to call the what is it the Arrowhead Invitational, since they've been hosting
Okay, okay.
the championship for a while now. Buffalo is back to face the Chiefs since 2020. So that was the last time I think we were there. 2020 or 2021, I
Mm-hmm.
believe.
Mm-hmm.
Is the last time we faced them for the championship. We're a much different team this time around, and I'll let you guys go before I give my take on this game. Let's start off with Champ on this one. Champ, what do you thought
What's the
about the
weather?
game?
Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
what's the weather gonna be like over there? Did you
Cold,
figure it? Did
cold and cloudy, but not snowy and not rainy or not
you?
windy or
Okay.
anything like that.
Yeah,
What do you say,
Champ, what
champ?
you got on this game?
Who?
I'm going with the Chiefs,
Okay.
Okay,
and
okay.
I'm going under 48, 48 and a half.
Okay.
Okay, he's going under. Okay. All
Why,
right.
pun?
20,
Why?
What do you think the score is? Yeah, give us
23-25,
some more.
Kansas City.
Yeah, give us some more.
All right.
Um, it's just just Mahomes, man. It's just Mahomes. He's another.
Yeah.
You never bet. You never want to bet against Tom Brady. You never want to bet against Patrick
Right.
Mahomes.
Right. Right.
He's Air Mahomes. So I'm going with the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
he's proven it. He's proven that he could win the big games. Yeah.
He's won it. So
Yep.
it's gonna be a good
Yeah.
game. But at the end, you know, Andy Reid, they've
Yep.
been there before.
Mm-hmm.
Sad to say it, but the Chiefs are going to win.
Mm.
Who's the pressure on, Prime? Is it on Buffalo to finally
Oh, it's on
get the
Buffalo.
monkey off their back? Or, well, hold on.
It's on Buffalo.
Is it on Buffalo for them to get the monkey off their back? Or is it on Kansas City, who has won 7 straight, they're undefeated and have won 7 straight times there, and they have a chance at history with a 3-peat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
It's on
I mean, that's a
Buffalo.
lot. It's on Buffalo? Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's on
All
Buffalo
right.
because it's like the bully. You're the kid that always want to beat the bully. The bully beats you up. You get that pressure. The bully's gonna come
Right,
and
right.
sock you again.
All right. I like that
Yeah.
analogy. I
Yeah,
like that
True.
analogy.
True.
That's
yeah,
not a bad analogy, bro. They are the
yeah.
big bad bully. I mean, at the end of the day,
You
they are
know,
the big bad bully.
yeah, they're the champs.
Yeah. It's just kind of like you're the bully right now.
Yeah.
So,
Nah, but
all right.
seriously, I think the Chiefs, they've they've won ugly games. They've they just know how to win. And
Right,
plus, you got the we'll see if the refs call it equal because you got
right.
Josh Allen, you got Patrick Mahomes, two of the star
Right,
quarterbacks in the league. We'll see.
right.
We'll see because Josh Allen got some calls as well the last
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
right? I remember he got
Yeah,
some
definitely.
calls that were kind of questionable.
Right,
Um,
right.
so we'll see. We'll see how. And I think the officials they're gonna be really under the microscope with this game since all the social media buzz on the Chiefs and
Yeah,
all that
definitely a
stuff.
lot of social. Yeah,
I
definitely a
I
lot of
I think
buzz.
there's gonna be the magnifying glasses on the referees. It's gonna be a good game. But at the end, the Chiefs win by
Okay.
a field
All
goal.
right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Cease, what do you got on this game?
No, man. I think it's gonna be it's probably the game of the week. This Bills Chiefs game. Um, like Pun said, it is like the Chiefs are the bully. They are the defending champions. They have earned that respect that we are like like we've done this before. We're gonna do it again. So here comes the Bills. The pressure is on the Bills to to vanquish the bully.
Mm-hmm.
It's and I think it's gonna come down for me personally. I think it's gonna come down to Josh Allen again running the ball. I think Josh Allen runs the ball really well. He takes hits. I think he has to score at least 2 touchdowns
Okay.
running the ball. And I think they have a chance. The Chiefs, I think the Chiefs, what they're good at is improvising. When the play
Right.
breaks down, Patrick Mahomes is a master at just improvising, taking a broken play and turning it into a big positive play, and that's
Right.
where he kills you guys. Um, but I don't know. I'm gonna take the Bills. I'm gonna take 30-25.
Ooh. Okay.
Bills. I think it's gonna be a tight game. A lot of scoring. Um, but I think the Bills finally get over it and take the win at Arrowhead, and I think it's Josh Allen is playing at an MVP level. He is the best player on that field right now. And so I think he does come through for the team, carries them over because you can tell Josh Allen is carrying the team over
Oh,
that.
100%, 100%.
So I think that's what's going to happen in this game. I think he carries them, takes that monkey off their back, and finally takes the Bills to the Super Bowl. That's my prediction.
Sees, may the good Lord hear you.
I
Good
know. Knock on
Lord.
wood. Knock on wood.
Man, may the
Salute.
shit, I'm running low on mine. May the football gods hear you on that one too.
Mm.
Man, I'm nervous as shit for this game. I've been nervous as shit all week. I've been trying not to think about it, but fuck, everywhere I look, they're talking about it.
Yeah.
And every chance they get, one game away from the Super Bowl, and I'm like, oh my god, I was like, don't remind me. I'm not gonna give score predictions because I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. If my Bills win, it'll be a close game, and I'm gonna say the same thing that I said last week. I would love it if it wasn't even a close game and the Bills just kind of pull away and I don't have to have a heart attack. But I'm banking on a couple of things.
You think it's gonna go over or on the 48.5?
I think it goes over barely.
Okay.
Like, I think the total literally ends up being like 49.
Mm.
49 to 50. And I honestly, like I said, I think it'll be close. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a 1 point game. So it pushes. If somebody chooses either or, it pushes.
Yeah.
But I have a couple of things that are kind of keeping me comforting. Is like, okay, you're 7-0 at home in the playoffs, Chiefs. You're due for a loss.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my thing, right? Everybody keeps highlighting Josh is 0-3 against Mahomes in the playoffs. Great, we're due for a win.
Due for a win. Yeah.
It's like keep pushing those numbers. Like by all means, keep pushing those numbers. And like yeah, I expect both quarterbacks to get some favorite calls. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see Jawan Taylor's bitch ass be false starting on the fucking
Mm-hmm.
right tackle side and not.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
No, that's bullshit. Like
Yeah.
I get the quarterback hit ones. I get it. You're trying to protect the studs, but that's a bitch ass play if you're an offensive lineman and you're jumping because you're too slow, so that you get the jump on the defensive end because you're cheating the system and they won't call you out.
Yeah.
Like that's the one that bugs me the most. I expect
Von Miller
to flop. I expect
Yeah.
Von Miller better step up. Like this is, he needs to step up. He needs to give one crucial play. I don't care what he does the rest of the game. One crucial play at the end of the game to either lock up the game or turn the game our way. Like, that's just what he needs to do. I agree with C's. Josh needs to put on a Superman cape, which again comforts me in the fact that he had a pedestrian game last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping Josh puts on the Superman cape, puts the team on his back, and everyone else just does their part for him.
Yeah.
Just do your part, and know KC's gonna score. Just do your part and try and get one not turnover, right? But one steal a possession. However you steal it, whether you stop them on a 4th-and-1, or whether you intercept it or they fumble, whatever. Just get one and use that to your advantage. But I mean, I don't want to see KC go again.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's gonna hurt, dude. I think that's what I'm most scared of is this one's gonna hurt. And I get it. We don't have a superstar roster, so you can say, well, and I agree. Like as long as you have Josh Allen, like your windows never close. But like, dude, we're this close, and it's like, we're this close, and if we make it to the Super Bowl, I feel fairly confident against Washington or Philly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even though they have Saquon, but I would still feel somewhat comfortable against them.
My question to you is, what the injury to your safety Taylor Rapp? How big
That
is it? How significant is it, or what do you? Who's the backup? What do you say about that?
so that scares me.
Mm-hmm.
Our backup is a rookie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, he was actually drafted to be the starting safety, but
Okay.
he got hurt in training camp and preseason and missed a good chunk of it. He did play though. He has played a lot because Taylor Rapp was also out for a good chunk of the
Okay.
season, so he has played a lot. Uh, but with
What
him,
is Taylor Rapp's injury?
his hip.
Oh, okay.
So he was listed day to day, but unfortunately he didn't go. But that's the only
Mm-hmm.
guy out of
Yeah.
we had three people that got hurt on defense. He's the only one that is not playing. So we
Mm-hmm.
got actually four. So we got Milano back. Milano's playing even though he was hurt. Uh, Bernard, our linebacker, got hurt, but he's playing.
Okay.
Uh, and then Teron Johnson, our stud nickelback, he got hurt and he's playing as well. So that gives me some comfort there, but I'm a little worried about Cole Bishop. But the only thing that I would say he has to his advantage, and I think that's really why Buffalo brought him back, is I think Buffalo people forget Buffalo brought back Micah Hyde.
Oh, okay.
Micah Hyde's been on the practice squad, so it's not like we expect him to play. But I think the fact that Micah Hyde is there, someone who has played the safety position in literally the same game against the same team, I
Mm-hmm.
think does a lot for the mental psyche of Damar Hamlin and and Cole Bishop, right? Because
Okay.
he's going to give them tips on how to stay in the game and maybe what to look for and how to stay focused and how to stay, on top of their, on top of their shit. And so I think that is what really helps them,
Okay.
there. But yeah, I think that's a weak point, and um, knowing Andy Reid, I think he's definitely going to try to exploit that,
Mm-hmm.
and they have the speed to do so. Right? You've got
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy, you've got fucking
They got
shit.
two Pacheco. They got the running backs Hunt and Pacheco.
Mm-hmm.
Worthy. They still got Hopkins.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're still good. They're good across, but it takes I think it's gonna take getting to Mahomes, making him uncomfortable, and then keeping somebody on Kelsey. Kelsey's also the key to their offense, and just make sure you got that linebacker that could cover Kelsey.
yeah. So that's going to be Milano. So we were all
Okay.
worried when Milano went out last week,
Mm-hmm.
um, but he's back and he had a full practice. So that's our cover
Okay.
for Kelsey. So we're not too worried about Kelsey there. Um, but yeah, we'll see about that how that shapes out for Buffalo. Um, and I think, like I said, crossing my fingers, we got to get to the dance. I mean, dude, I'll probably be. I'm not gonna lie. I'll put it out here. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I may or may not cry. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see my boys in the Super Bowl. Um, and then, God willing, they win. All I need is one, bro. All I need is one.
Yeah.
Just give me one before I die, so I don't have to keep hearing about the four Super Bowls we lost.
Oh
Like,
yes.
just give
You
me
better
one.
you better go take out those Indian bones that you have at the stadium. That's the only way you're gonna win.
Well, it's not at our stadium, so
Well,
and we're building
well,
a new stadium, so we're showing good faith. We're leaving that stadium. We're showing good faith. We moved over, and we'll be at another location. So they're building their stadium, and they should be ready to go next season. So
Okay.
we'll leave the Indian burial ground alone, and we apologize to all the Native Americans who allegedly were buried underneath. If, like I said, all I want is just one. Just give
Oh,
me
but
one.
you're trying to beat the Native American chiefs.
Which they should be, which they should be punished for because they're making money off of the Chiefs, where Commanders went and changed their name, and the Chiefs
Right.
haven't. So you know, Native American, ancestors, if you're hearing this, like you should punish the Chiefs for that. They're monetizing and they're not giving anything back to your community. So I mean,
True.
I'm just
True.
saying, listen, they're monetizing off of you. You're not getting anything. But yeah, man. I'm gonna be a hot mess. So again, when the game goes on, you know me, I'm going dark. So I'm not gonna be looking at my phone, seeing whatever
Hmm.
you motherfuckers are saying, uh, and blowing up the chat. But we'll see what happens, man. I mean, I'm either gonna be pretty disappointed next podcast, or I'm gonna be on cloud nine and then freaking out about the
On your
Super
way
Bowl.
to Louisiana?
I won't be going to Louisiana, but I did say if Buffalo fucks around and wins the Super Bowl, there's a good chance I will be at the parade.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I will figure out how to get my ass out there and take it in because I don't know if it'll ever happen again in my
True.
lifetime.
True. True.
so I may end up doing that. So again, one step at a time, one
Or
game at
you
a
could
time.
probably go fucking sleep at Rainmaker's house in Rhode Island.
You know what? That's not a bad idea, bro. That's not a bad idea. Or take
Yeah.
a quick little flight. You know, I mean, it might be easier to fly into Rhode Island and then from there, but who knows? That'll be interesting. But yeah, man. With that said, though, I'm assuming then Prime, you've got your Super Bowl predictions of Philly and the Chiefs, which no one wants to see. But
Yeah.
if it is the Chiefs and Philly, uh, give us your take. Who's the winner? Who's the winner? Winner chicken dinner.
Could we do that the next podcast?
Nah, fool. We got to do it now because I mean, you technically already made your choice.
No, but
We'll do it
technically
next
it's not.
week.
It's not. It's not. What happened if they're different teams? Then
So you'll give a new take. But if
all
these
right.
two
So
teams make it, if the Chiefs and the Eagles make it, who would you take out of those two?
Chiefs, man.
The Chiefs, yeah, because he wants to see a three-peat. He
Yeah.
wants to see
Chiefs.
history.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs. Chiefs. Yeah.
Oh, that's a Super Bowl I might not even watch.
Uh,
Chiefs. The
Oh man.
Chiefs.
Okay. All right. So, sees in that case, you've got you would have the Bills and the Commanders.
the Commanders.
What's your take there?
No, like I mean, I'm with you. I would take the Bills, in the Super Bowl just because, like you said, revenge. The Bills haven't won one in a long ass time. I remember those four Super Bowls.
Oh yeah.
That shit was hard. That shit was heartbreaking. You're just
Wow.
like, what? Like, oh shit, Bills made it again. Oh, they lost. Bills made it again. Oh, they lost. Bills made it again. Oh, they lost. Bills made it. Oh, they lost. And then
Yeah.
after that, it's like, fucking Bills.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You just hope it's the Bills. I mean, for me, I hope it's the Bills because yeah, they deserve it. They've been through a lot. Josh Allen, I think, deserves a Super Bowl. He is top notch MVP of the league right now. And I think the Bills, man. I would choose the Bills.
All right. All right. Well, on my end, I mean, I'm hoping the Bills make it, so that means that I would take. I took the Eagles, right? So it's only fair that I have to predict on a Bills Eagles game, and I'm gonna hope that my Bills upset the Eagles on that one because I would think the Eagles might be favored in that game. But yeah, I would take the Bills on that one. Hopefully, Bills win and upset the Eagles, which would be pretty cool, right? Because it would whether it's the Eagles, I feel like if we play the Eagles, most of the people are going to be cheering for the Bills. The only ones who
Mm-hmm.
would be cheering for the Bills would be Eagles fans.
Yep.
But yeah, that'll be my prediction there. We'll see. We'll have to review it. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully it's Washington, and actually the Bills actually make it on that. So that would
I
be
mean,
cool.
and then after this, championship Sunday, we still gonna have like 2 weeks until the Super Bowl. So we got next
Correct.
week to talk
Correct.
about. We pretty much got like 2 weeks to talk about the Super Bowl predictions, and
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, it could change, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be exciting this Sunday.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I think that wraps it up for football.
Yeah.
Not much else in football world. Got a couple of coaches moving here and there, but I don't think that's worth today's time. I think there's a couple other topics you wanted to talk about, and it's pretty good that we have Prime on here to talk about. So, see,
What's
Yeah.
up?
I only got like 10 more minutes left, Rose. I gotta go do
cool.
some
Oh,
shit.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get those topics in. See, go ahead.
Prime, what do you think about the Dodgers, man? You think this is another repeat, or
Oh,
you got
absolutely.
You got Sasaki, shit, bro. They got
That
what is it?
bullpen. Woo.
With that bullpen.
Oh, that bullpen.
What do you
That,
think, Brian? You going to opening day? You going to training camp? You going to Arizona to see Sergio and training camp?
I'm telling you, y'all
Yeah,
gotta come down, man.
I don't know.
I got y'all.
I don't know, but for sure we're favorite,
Oh,
and what I mean, they got the pitching now, so we'll see what happens. It's a long season. Injuries
yep,
always
yep.
happen, and our pitchers always get hurt. So we'll see, man. But we got some arms now there. Um,
Oh,
let's see what happens with Chris Taylor, if he's on the
mm-hmm.
move. Yeah.
Kike,
So Kike.
Kike, Kike
Um,
says probably. Hopefully he comes back because man, I think that's the fans love him. But
yeah,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
we'll see. So yeah, for
All
sure
right.
we're gonna repeat.
Oh,
And then the news. There you go. There you go.
there you go.
They're heavy favorites to repeat, man. Because man, this squad is loaded with pitching, and then they still got the best player in the world in Shohei Ohtani. So it's like, dude, it's either World Series championship or bust. Anything less for the Dodgers is not good. So
Hmm.
even though they just won, a championship, like this roster is built to win another, pretty much. So and with this news that the translator for Shohei
Woo.
Ohtani
Woo. Have you
dropped
guys
his.
heard that video? Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Oh, that is crazy.
I was like, dude, that's easy to make a fraud though. I was like, oh yeah, I'm Shohei Ohtani. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. I was like
dude,
answering all the questions because he knows them. I was like, that's dirty, bro.
yeah, bro.
I was like, man, that guy is. Damn, that was dirty, man. I was
He
like,
had a problem. He had a problem. Yeah, he's probably going to jail big time.
he had a gambling problem, no?
Yeah, he had a Grammy. Yep, yep, yep.
Ooh,
Crazy. He was buying like sports cards. Oh no, he was buying Pokemon cards. I take that back.
really? I did not know
Yeah,
that part.
he was buying
Oh
Pokemon cards to show her
wow.
Otani's money. Yep, yep.
Damn. He should be like,
And the
bro, it was just an investment. It was an investment.
and the
He didn't
funny
need
thing
all that
is,
money.
after he got caught, I think Shohei Otani. I think they asked the DA or the investigators if they can have the cards back because he's like technically they're my cards.
Right,
So,
right, yeah.
like give them back, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he got them back though.
That's interesting. Well, give me my money back then, shit.
For real.
You're not gonna give me the cards, but give me my goddamn money back. Damn.
Yeah, yeah,
That's crazy. I did not know that part. But yeah, I listened to it. But it's sad
yeah,
too because didn't Otani like stand up for his interpreter at the beginning?
yeah.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
that's sad, dude. Like the people closest to you and fucking, money makes people do some shady ass shit, dude.
Yeah, bro. And then he stood up for him, but then I think a day or two later, he's like, "Oh, I think his agent got to him." He's like, "Yeah, no, he's in trouble. Say you had nothing to do. You say you had nothing to do with it. Like you're the victim of fraud and robbery, and that's it. That's the only comment you're making. Yeah, that's what he did, and that's it, man.
That was crazy, dude. That was fucking crazy. I mean,
Yeah, bro.
wow. I mean, so before Prime gets out of here or Champ gets out of here, I think we can all agree it's the Dodgers championship to lose this
Mm-hmm.
upcoming baseball season. In a way too early prediction, who from the American League would be the Dodgers' toughest competition? Who might they meet in the World Series?
You talking to Prime or you talking to me?
I'm talking to both of y'all.
Oh, I think it's the same. The same teams that they placed in the playoffs. The New York teams, either New York Mets or the Yankees. They both have some good squads. Philly's still up there. Houston, I think, took a step down. Who else is up there? I think that's it. Atlanta. No, that's Atlanta's in National
It
League.
might be Cleveland Dodgers, man.
It could be.
That would be pretty dope. But I know we got rid of some talent this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I mean, Cleveland's one of those teams that just makes the most of makes the most of their talent.
And trades them and shit. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, like all right, we're done with you this year, but like they always kind of stick around, right? Um, I think I think it'll come down to our bullpen again, just like just like last year. I mean, the bats came alive at the
Because
right time, but then bats kind of went down.
Juan Soto went to what team? Remind me.
Mets.
To the Mets, right? Okay.
Yeah, the Mets. Yeah, yeah, that foot went from one New York team to the other.
So yeah, I mean, that could be the
Well,
Mets.
the Mets will play them
Yeah.
in the
Oh, in the
National League
national.
Championship. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
that'll be.
We got it, man.
It's a long season, but
Yeah.
It's a long
and
season, but
if everybody stays healthy, and the pitching stays all right, and I think the Dodgers should get it.
yeah, for sure.
There you go. All right. Well, there you go, guys.
Let's
You
move
heard
on.
it there. We'll go on, move on. Cease, what else did you have on your thing to talk about?
Now you wanna let Pun go, or we can stay on a little bit
Yeah.
longer if you want, or you wanna
Yeah.
check
Champ,
out.
if you gotta go, champ. Champ, it's
Yeah.
on you. I mean,
All right, guys.
the only other thing.
Have a good one. Yeah, I gotta go do some. I gotta do my rounds because it's almost over.
For
All
sure,
right,
Pun.
broski.
Have a good night. Hey, are you gonna go tomorrow to
Yeah,
Brentwood?
yeah. I'm gonna show up.
All right,
Are you gonna go?
I'll let you. I'm gonna try.
It's kind of far for you, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So. You
But
should.
no, yeah, I'll try.
If not, I mean, you could crash at my place if you want to.
That's local way. I could fucking man.
Snooty
All right, dog.
face. All right, bro. All right, guys. Go
All
on.
right, man. Later.
Thank you, dog.
That's gonna do it for champ. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I guess just contact him about uploading and all that stuff.
Yeah. Because
'Cause
I
I-
had a couple of times where he jumped on, jumped off. So this time
Yeah.
he'll have to upload it again. All right. You said you had a question for F1. F1 season.
Oh yes, sir.
Not too long from now.
So my question to you is: now that Checo is, I don't know if he's retired or he's not on an official team yet, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is: who are you rooting for, or who is your team this season coming up?
That is a great question, dude. That is
an
awesome question.
Yeah, because and then my thinking is whoever you decide to roll with, then that will be my incentive for me to go. All right, if you're going for him, then I will go for him too.
Gotcha.
And then I would pay attention more to him and focus more on that driver's team, because I think that's for me. I think that's how I decide who to root for, because it's like this past season you were telling me about Checo, and I was paying attention to Checo, but I'm like, okay, just because he's Mexican, okay, I'll pay attention to him. Right. Now Checo's gone. Who are you rooting for now?
So I'm glad you asked that question. So it's something that I've been thinking about.
Yeah,
I had this conversation not too long ago with my wife, so I'm glad that you. I'm actually going to be rooting for mainly the team, but I'll also be rooting for him as well. I'm going to be rooting for Carlos Sainz.
Okay, what team is he on?
So he's with Williams.
Oh, okay.
And so the reason is, like, one, I wasn't really a big fan of Sainz at one point because he had a run in with Checo, and I was like, what a dick. But like, of all the guys there, he got done dirty by Ferrari. Right? He got dirty by Ferrari. They gave him the boot in favor of Lewis Hamilton. And so they got rid of him. He, Sainz drove like a madman towards the end of it, and it was more like a middle finger to Ferrari, right?
Okay.
He's going to a team where they have a lot of rich history, a lot of success early on, and then they kind of just became one of those small. To put it in terms that you and I understand in terms of other sports, Williams would be like a small market team.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
They had success. Like, let's say the Buffalo Bills used to have success, and then they kind of been at the bottom of the pits. And so that's kind of where Williams is now. Now Williams is in a bit of a transition in the sense that like they got a new they got a new I forgot what they call director, right? And that
Okay.
guy came from I think his name is James Vowles. He came from Mercedes, so he was part of a lot of Mercedes' success.
Mm-hmm.
The team is working their way up, but they didn't have a lot of money. They had a lot of accidents last year, so like they were really tight on money, um, and so like they struggled a bit, but
Mm-hmm.
they were able to lock up Carlos Sainz, and
Okay.
so I think like for me, I think that's a great thing to watch because like they're considered a bottom of the pack team, not even a middle of the
Okay.
pack, kind of like the bottom of the pack. Maybe a little bit closer to the middle now, but like for them to kind of work their way up, obviously, there's no way in hell they contend for a championship, but
Yeah.
it'll be nice to see them work their way up. So it'll be nice to see
Okay.
some progression there, and 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 maybe even year two of their success, seeing how they come along. Um, but I'm actually that's who I'm going to throw my support behind is Williams and Carlos Sainz.
Okay.
I don't think their second driver is that great. I think like they could have taken somebody else. Um,
Who's their second driver?
Alex Albon.
Oh, okay.
So they had an Argentinian driver last year, which I thought was great too. I would have been a fan of him being there too. His name was Colapinto, and like he he was their driver for like uh, their shit. What do you call it? Basically, virtual racing driver for testing.
Okay.
So he wasn't really on the tracks, right? They there's a simulator. They put them in it. They say, hey, these are the changes we're making. Go ahead and run it, and we're gonna see the data. And you run it and run it and run it and run it. And so when they got rid of their other driver, which was the American Logan Sargent, they
Mm-hmm.
they were like, well, we need another driver, and everybody was speculating, and then they gave it to this guy, and dude, everyone was hating on him. Oh,
Okay.
why would you give? He's your simulation driver, da da da. And he came in hot, dude. He came in and he was outperforming the number one driver at the time, which was Alex Albon. He was
Mm-hmm.
outperforming him or on pace with him. Unfortunately, towards the end, he had quite a few wrecks,
Okay.
and crashed a few cars. And so, like at that point, it became one of those where it's like, yeah, no, we can't keep you. But it
Mm-hmm.
would have been cool, and I know it would have been cool for people from Argentina to have somebody to cheer for,
Yeah.
because that was picking up a lot of steam, dude. There was a lot of Argentinian fans that were excited to have Colapinto in it, so that would have been cool. I think he might have latched on as a reserve driver somewhere else. I can't remember, but
Okay.
that would have been cool. But I think that'll be kind of what I'm looking forward to, and I'm actually excited because I'm gonna be able to enjoy it a little bit more without stressing as much.
Okay.
It looks like Checo gave a big fu to Red Bull. So from my understanding, the situation that happened there was they wanted him to take a pay cut
Okay.
after the contract they offered him. They're like, hey, it sounds like they're maybe like willing to keep him maybe, and they're like, yo, but you got to take a pay cut, and it might have been a severe pay cut. And I don't think he liked the way that shit ended out being with him. Right? He kept saying the car's not good. They were like, no, 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 and by the time that they realized the car wasn't good, he was already the scapegoat. It was too late. So I think that might have
Okay.
burned some bridges there with him. And he basically gave them a big fu and said, no, you're paying me my contract.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying me my contract, and I'll leave. Give me my full
Yeah.
contract, and I leave. So it sounds like they gave him all his money, and he left. And dude looks like he's happy as shit.
Okay.
I don't think he's completely out of F1 for sure. Obviously, he's out this year, but it sounds like rumors have him coming back with Cadillac,
Yeah.
uh, when and
Then the
maybe
Cadillac comes in a year, right? Not
I
this year.
think 2026. I think they said.
26. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it sounds like from what I understand, they want two veteran drivers. They don't want a young driver and someone else. It sounds like they want to have some decent success with Cadillac. So it sounds like they want veteran drivers, and so it makes sense to bring Checo, um, back. And when you have someone like Fernando Alonso, who's super old as well, but he's still hanging in there. Like it shows that like just because they're not 20 something doesn't mean that they still can't hang in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be interesting to see. I know that they've tied him with rumors to racing in Formula E, which is basically the electric uh, Formula One cars. Um,
Okay.
so there's, they've already told him like you just say the word and you've got a seat. Um,
Okay.
but it sounds like I think he's just enjoying life right now. I think it's kind of nice for him to recharge his batteries, get rid of all that stress that came with that, and see if he can kind of make one last stand in. I don't think he'll ever win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's ever going to get to the point where he he's going to be in a team enough to win a championship.
Yeah.
But it would be nice for him to maybe end his career on a somewhat successful note.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple wins here and there, or a couple podiums, and just kind of end on a higher note than he did this past season. That'd be nice. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the season. I'm looking forward to Red Bull being wrong on their take. Like they took Liam Lawson.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I think whoever is in that second seat with Red Bull, I think Max is just going to embarrass him.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't fix that car. I think like Liam Lawson. I wouldn't be surprised if he's given the boot before the end of the season and
Mm.
replaced with someone else, which might be Yuki, the other driver for their sister team, which in my eyes should have gotten the second seat. But then I heard the rumor that Honda didn't want Yuki in that second Red Bull seat because they didn't want their Japanese driver to get embarrassed by Max
By
Verstappen.
Max. Yeah.
Right. So they'd rather have him as a number one and do okay and be better than the number two at the sister team than to be a number
Mm.
two and get smoked by Verstappen. And then we'll see what McLaren does if they can hold on to their championship. So yeah, it'll be interesting, dude.
And who is your wife rooting for? Same.
Actually, that's a good question. I don't.
She hasn't said.
No, I don't know who she's rooting for.
Mm.
Obviously, I know it's not gonna be Red Bull.
Yeah.
And then she had an even bigger vendetta against Sainz, as well, last year. So for me, I forgave Sainz a long time ago. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
fine, it's over. Especially because Checo and Sainz have a really good relationship. So I was like, I'm cool with that.
And Signs is the one that won Monaco, correct? Was that Sign or
No,
no?
that was Leclerc. Leclerc won Monaco. That he finally won his home race.
Oh.
Sainz won the Mexico race.
Oh, okay, okay. That's why I remember that for then.
Yeah. Sainz won the Mexico race.
Okay, okay.
So it's kind of cool. Someone that speaks Spanish to win the Mexico race. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Signs is a Spaniard, right? Yeah.
yeah, he's a Spaniard. Yeah, so it'll be kind of nice. I mean, I think at the end of the day, Sainz is a decent person. So it'll be
Okay.
nice to have him go to a team where no one wanted him, and then Williams took him, and everybody was like, "Dang, really, Williams?" Like, so it'll be nice to have them see some success. That's kind of what I'm rooting for.
Okay, okay. I'll pay attention. I'll pay attention.
Yeah. It'll be kind of like an underdog team to root for. So that's pretty cool. Dude.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
I'm with that. So that'll be cool. It'll be interesting. I mean, season thing starts in March.
Mm-hmm.
It's right around the corner, man. I mean,
I know.
we'll see how that goes. But yeah, man, excited for F1 to come back.
Yeah, March 13th in Australia. Okay.
There you go. So that'll be fun, man. It'll be nice to see what teams do. With that said, I want to cover a couple of things before we bounce off of today's podcast. One, the homie Brentwood couldn't be here. We actually found out that Brentwood is the last time you saw Brentwood is the last time you're gonna see Brentwood as a California resident.
Exactly. I was about to say, well, he could come back.
No, yeah, he can definitely come back. He's always welcome.
But he's in a 3-hour difference, so we'll see. We'll try to plan it out.
That is gonna be
Yeah, we'll try to plan it out.
Yeah, he's gonna have to spend some late nights, even later than I am.
Yeah, for us.
So that'll be interesting for him. Or we just plan it out and have it way earlier. But our boy. Shout out to our boy Brentwood. He is moving to Rhode Island. I We don't really know why. We were hoping to have him on here to kind of give us the who, what, when, why. I am going to give him a little bit of shit because Brent, what kind of shit is that you pull on us with that text? Basically, you know, a picture of a text that you might have sent out to somebody, and you were like, "As most of you know," and I'm like, "Who the fuck is most?" Because I didn't know, and C's didn't know, and
Oh,
based on the chat, a couple of the homies didn't know. So I'm like, "Who the fuck is most of y'all?" Because we didn't know, and we don't know why you're leaving. So, Brent, if you watch this, like, well, you don't have to put it in the comments because I don't want everybody to know your business. But motherfucker, put in the text. Let us know why you couldn't jump on and tell us.
yeah, and I know they're having a get together tomorrow in Los Angeles. I'm gonna try to make it, and if I do try to make it, I'm gonna try to get a video interview for him explaining why, who, what, where, when.
Dude,
Yeah, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
we'll
All right.
at the next podcast. That would be
Yeah,
really dope.
yeah.
And then Brent, shout out to you, bro. Congratulations. I'm assuming it's a good thing that you're going out there. I'm hoping it's a good thing. So congrats to you and your family.
I know.
Hopefully it's a much better life for you guys and you know a much better place to raise your little one. I know you love her to death. So I think that's fantastic. I hope you like the cold. I hope you can deal with snow. I think it snows in Rhode Island. And you know,
Never been. I was at Rhode Island.
yeah, I've never been. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he's living in Rhode Island, but maybe driving to like, isn't Connecticut right next door?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Who knows? But again, our boy leaves to Rhode Island on the 27th. So
Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. So yeah, I think the reason why he couldn't be here probably is he's probably packing, probably figuring out. Hopefully he's done it already, but
yeah,
he's a guy. He packs late.
Yeah, and going from one state to another, moving, and especially when you have a family that you got to pick up and relocate, like that's tough. It was a lot for me to go from California to Arizona, which is only 5 hours away. So I can't even imagine California to fucking Rhode Island. Like, you know, that's why he hasn't been able to show up. I'm assuming because you know the last couple of weeks he's had to tie up some loose ends. So we completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I would love to hear from Brent again. And then I can't be there obviously at your going away, dude. You know, I have a daddy-daughter date with my daughters tomorrow. Since you know my little one's got a tournament next weekend, I'm gonna miss her daddy-daughter dance at school, so I'm making it up for her there. So I can't make it tomorrow, and then obviously I'm not missing the
Sunday
game for anything. So yeah, Brent, I love you, man, but yeah, I'm not missing it. So if C's is there, I'm gonna tell C's to buy you a shot for me from me. So I'll send C's a couple of bucks to knock that out. You know, send you a shot for me. But yeah, man, that our boy Brent is leaving, so we'll see how that goes. And I don't know what Charlie's gonna do because I mean Charlie's going to have no defense, and you know Charlie hasn't been here. I mean, he defended himself. He made an accusation, and he hasn't been back. So I mean, I don't know. Still not looking good for you, Charlie. Still not looking good for you. Yeah, man. C's, we got to get back on our football card craze.
I know, man. Hey, I got a surprise. I found my old cards from like I think I was like 15. I'll show you.
Ooh, look at that.
I'll show you one. This is one of my folders.
Look at that. Wow. Look at that.
One of my folders. Yeah, for real. What is it? Brown Pride.
Man, fucking.
I don't know where I found this folder, but this is one of them. And yeah, look, dude.
Dang. Look at Caesar. Fucking A.
Used to be my tagging days.
Fucking A.
But nah, dude, I got my old cards right here, still in the sleeves. Steve Young, Peyton Manning, what is it? Brett Favre, Troy Aikman. I got a Steve McNair right here.
Oh, rest in peace.
I know. Drew Bledsoe, Mark Brunell.
Dang.
I know I saw one that I was like, what? I got a I got a Ray Caruth rookie card in.
Oh,
Ray,
shit.
Ray Caruth was in jail for killing. I was like, what the fuck?
That was when he was with Carolina, right?
Yeah, with Carolina, yeah. Ryan
Oh,
Leaf.
ooh,
Ryan Leaf.
ooh.
Jake Plummer's right here.
Oh, Jake the Snake Plumber. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
I
Holy
got my
shit.
old, yes, dude. I was like, what? I got my old ones. I got a Terrell Owens right here,
What? Look at this guy.
bro.
Damn.
Let me get you another, and then you go
Yeah.
with your packs.
Yeah. So I went. You know, I R.I.P. to my old football cards. I don't know where they are. Probably in the trash somewhere. Mom probably tossed them.
Yeah, trust me. I remember I had a box. I had a special box that I was like, I'm gonna keep all my good cards on this one. I tell my mom, Mom, where's this box? Oh, I think I threw that one away. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when she gave me these folders, I was like, all right, thanks. But
Oh.
I
Yeah.
needed the other ones. But yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
unfortunately, I don't know where those are. And I don't think people understand. Like, we used to collect cards like crazy. Like the homies, like there's a good chunk of us. Like that was our life. We collected cards like crazy. And even before I met the homies, I was collecting baseball cards like crazy. Me and my brother, we used
Yeah.
to collect cards like crazy as well. So we were big into cards back then. And unfortunately, like you know, it phased out and we moved out and then our parents were like, yeah, trash. Um, but now we're trying to get back into it, Now I can afford, you know, I can afford to get my hands on boxes and cards
Mm.
and actually pay for them. Unlike our youth and five finger discounts back in the days. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Um, but yeah, I mean, we were kids then. We were just trying to get our hands on cards.
Here we go. Look, this is one of my other folders too.
Oh.
This is what I used to do. I used to cut out like the clippings from the magazine
Oh yeah. Yup. Same.
and post them right here. This is
Yeah.
Terrell Owens, the catch
Oh,
versus
against yep
the Packers.
the Packers.
And this
Yep.
is my favorite player right here, Jerry Rice.
Oh, Jerry Rice, who's
I used
making
to,
Hulu commercials now.
oh, yes, sir. And then this is one of
No.
the one. Sorry, this is one of the Niners rookies right here, Jim Drunkenmiller.
Oh yeah.
This is like '96, I want to say.
Yeah. Yep. That was a
Woo.
that was a
Yeah,
crazy one.
way big time.
Yeah.
And then here's the card. I was gonna show you this one right here. Look, Ray Caruth.
Oh, the convict. Ooh, murderer.
Yeah, Ray Caruth rookie
Oh
card at he's a
yeah.
Buffalo,
Colorado.
Colorado Buffaloes. Yep.
Ooh.
I was like, damn.
Murderer.
I was like, damn, I got that card. What the fuck?
Oh shit. Oh.
Yeah,
Well, at least you got an Aaron Hernandez card.
I know, dude. That was crazy.
Um. By the way, I said Hulu. I meant Uber Eats. Right? It's
Yeah,
Uber Eats.
yeah.
It's Uber Eats. Those commercials are pretty
With
funny.
McCaffrey.
Yeah, those commercials are pretty funny. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I wish I had my old cards. I wish I got my old cards. Ah, you bastard. You
Shit.
bastard.
I want the other ones though. I want the other ones though. I was like, damn.
Oh,
And I'm telling you, I remember that it was a blue box. I remember it because I had a Peyton Manning rookie card where
oh,
I was like, yeah, I think this one's gonna be a good one. Let me keep this one and let me hold on to it. And
yeah.
gone. I was like,
Oh,
damn.
I think I had a yeah. I know for sure I had a Ryan Leaf. I think I had a
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Manning. I don't think it was anything special though, but it was a Peyton Manning rookie card for sure.
Oh,
I want to say I might have even had a Tom Brady rookie card, but
oh, really?
yeah, but god damn it. Yeah. So yeah, for us it's new school cards now. So, Cease, I'm gonna ask you a question. What should I
Mm-hmm.
open up? Should I open up these, the ones from the previous box, the Prestige, uh, or again, they're all 2024, or should I open up from these two packs, one of these?
Yeah, I say the box. Open up one of the boxes. I want to see
All
their
right,
design.
all right, all right. Now these are also paninis, but it says mosaic.
Okay.
It says it's a mega box, 13 parallels, including 10 mega box exclusive. All right, let's see. And just for the record, I know my wife's not gonna be happy about listening to this, but man, cards are expensive.
Yep.
A lot more than I remember. Uh, just for this box, which is uh, seven, sorry, 6 packs per box,
Okay.
7 cards per pack. So it's a total of 42 cards. Uh, this bad boy came in at $65.
Dang.
So, Yanni, I love you. It's an investment, babe. It's an investment.
Hey.
Especially if we get a Jaden Daniels rookie card, then we kind of really.
Oh.
Apparently, I was watching. Again, we talked about it, guys, and I'm sure you guys are all familiar with it as well. But like you mentioned something, and magically it ends up on your phone and on your social media. The
Mm-hmm.
minute we talked about football cards being brought back into our segments, I've got feeds showing me that they're pulling Jaden Daniels rookie cards, and these cards are worth like $550. So
Yeah.
it's crazy how it works. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up some of these packs.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right, let's see what we got in this pack right here. 7 cards. By the way, I let the homies know that I have found cards at Target. And I sent them a picture, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta weigh them." And I was like,
Yeah.
"What do you mean I gotta weigh them?" I was like, "Yeah, you gotta weigh them because if you weigh them, like you might find an autograph and all this and all that." And I was like, "Well, I did. I thought one box was heavier than the other." So I was like, and no lie, when I got home, I literally weighed them.
Wait them. Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately for me, they were both 6.9 ounces, so they were not any different. All right, first card. I've got a National Pride card, Mr. Puka Nakua.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. So
That was nice.
they've all got kind of a glossy, like metallic. Got Drew Brees,
Oh,
who's
okay.
no longer playing, which is interesting. All right, all right. I've got a Trey McBride,
Okay.
tight end for the Cardinals. I've got a Devontae Walker. No clue who this guy is, but he's on the Ravens, or he
Okay.
was. I don't know if he still is, but he is that guy. All right. I've got a Najee Harris card. Now these are in gold. I don't know what that's all about, but Najee.
Okay. Okay.
I got another gold one here. This is a rookie card, Baltimore. Nate Wiggins,
Oh, okay.
the corner, I think, right?
Yeah.
Safety. So I got that rookie card, and then I've got one more card. It says Elevate. I don't know if you can see it, but it's Mr. Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
It's a little different. This is a Elevate. So yeah, not a bad pack, but nothing too fantastic in that pack. We'll go ahead and open up another pack right quick, and let's see what we got in that pack. Let's see here. We're going up to number 2.
Okay. Okay.
Folks. Let's see what we can get out of this one. So far I doubt I've made my money back. So we'll see. All right. Okay. All right. The first one up, Caesar, you're going to be familiar with this guy, Mr. John Taylor for the
Okay.
49ers.
Okay. That's like the retro player card and shit.
Yeah. And then you've got a Dalton Schultz.
Okay.
Nothing special there. We've got a Sam Hubbard.
Okay.
Now, I do got a nice one that just came up. It is a rookie card, not Jaden Daniels, but it is Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, nice. That is a good one.
That is a good one right there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Mr. Marvin.
Is it numbered?
No, it's not numbered. It's just a rookie
Okay.
card. So it's his regular rookie card. Yep, just his regular rookie card. I got another one. CJ Stroud. So this one's in that weird yellow gold.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that means. I have to look into it. I've got another rookie card, Mr. Brian Thomas. So I've got 2 of the.
Oh shit! Nice.
2 of the stud rookies.
He just made the Pro Bowl. He just made the Pro Bowl today. Yeah.
Oh, as an alternate.
as an alternate, I think, but I know he made it the Pro
Oh,
Bowl.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, nice. All right. And then I got a epic performer, uh, Josh Jacobs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not sure.
Hey, that's a good pack.
Yeah, this one was better than the first one for sure. And then we can go for one or two more. We're going on a little over 2 hours, so maybe just
Oh, shit for us.
yeah, maybe just one more. Let's see here. Actually, I don't know. I can't remember if the timer starts when we first logged on. So I don't know.
No, when we hit record.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
All right. So yeah, we're at over 2 hours. So appreciate you guys hanging with us for 2 hours of your life. Hopefully you're not just watching our ugly mugs. Maybe you're playing it in the background.
Hmm.
Ricky Sanders. So
Okay.
another throwback to the team now known as the Commanders. All right,
Sheesh.
I got another rookie card, Mr. Michael Penix.
Oh, okay.
Started off the season. I mean, he was on the bench, but then he
Yeah.
played pretty well.
He's gonna be the starter next year,
Yeah,
so
he's gonna be the starter.
keep it.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Shaq Thompson,
Okay.
defensive player. I got another rookie card, Terrion Arnold.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, and then we've got another yellow card, Demario Davis.
Defender.
I got a rookie card, but it's not anything special. But he had a good season at the end. Jalen McMillan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he finished strong with
With Tampa Bay. Yeah, but yeah, he could come on strong next season because I heard Godwin they might trade him or release him, some shit like that.
They might.
So
He's been injury prone.
yeah. So I was like, okay, McMillan can step up. Okay, good.
Yeah. And then I got another kind of special insert card. It's notoriety. It's another Josh Jacobs. It's interesting.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna end one more pack. I want to end it
Go
on,
for it. Go
on
for
a
it.
decent note. All right, let's move on to the last one. This is going to be the last pack for tonight. And don't worry, guys. We'll keep opening packs. Maybe we'll bring it back to like what we did last time, right? Was that we were opening cards as we were talking.
Yeah.
As well, so we might bring that back. All right, one that Buffalo Bills fans love this guy. Mr. Tua turned the ball over.
Okay.
Tua turned the ball over. Buffalo Bills love this guy. We hope he stays with the Dolphins for a long time. This guy up is Mr. Sam Laporta.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's a good card.
Next one is Jermaine Burton for the Bengals. I didn't really get to hear too much of him this year.
Tight end, no?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And then next one is Darren Waller, who didn't really do too well with the Giants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now look at this. This is the first Buffalo Bills card we got. It is not an offensive player. In fact, it kind of sucks that he won't be playing this Sunday, Mr. Taylor Rapp.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, right?
That's crazy. Yeah. Crazy. We were talking about it, and boop, there you go.
There you go. Oh, man. All right. Next one, Harold Landry. I think it's linebacker for safety maybe. I think
for the Titans.
For the Titans, and then last but not least is insert card touchdown masters, Mr. David Montgomery.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
No, not bad. Would have been nice if it was Jahmyr Gibbs maybe, but
yeah,
not bad. So we'll take that. We'll see what that's like.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna wrap it up for today's cards. We don't want to keep you guys here much longer. Hopefully next time we open some other cards, there'll be a much better result. I don't think I'm on the positive side of my investment just yet on this box, so we will see. Hopefully
those two rookies, Harrison and Thomas. Those are good cards.
Yeah, that might bring something there. And then hopefully by then Caesar will maybe also find some new cards.
I know. I'm gonna go look for some.
Or more old ones. I mean, I don't know.
I know. I doubt it.
I mean, it sucks, dude. It happens to all of us.
I know, man.
Yeah, it really sucks. You know the other thing we used to have, by the way, before we close out this episode, and I bumped into that situation when we were in LA dealing with my mom's situation. But my brother-in-law, uh, Adam, brought out his comic book collection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bro, and he he had a comic book that I checked for him, and it was actually worth a couple $100, dude.
Good.
I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
dude,
nice.
and he didn't know. I was like, yeah, this one. I was like, I'm trying to remember if it was like $300 to $400. Might have even been like $500.
Oh, okay.
I was like, dude, you might wanna, you might want to keep this one really safe.
The
But yeah, remember we used to be big on comic books too, dude.
what comic books did he have? Like specific, like Spider Man, X
Um,
Men, or was it just random?
no, it was. I think they were. Oh shit, I think they were X Men.
Oh, okay.
Was it X Men? Yeah, it was X Men because X Men. Uh, I think it was like a series too. Like
Oh, okay. Like Uncanny X Men or
not
X
even, dude. I think it was like
X Force something.
X Men Age of Extinction was like the series.
Oh, okay.
He had a lot of those series ones or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he had one that was like pretty expensive or whatever. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, that one's pretty expensive, dude. I was like, you might wanna take care of that one.
Okay, okay.
That's a good investment on that one. But yeah, dude, he had a lot of them. I was
That's
telling
dope.
him that I had one where it's the one where Deadpool has like Wolverine like
Oh,
dead
okay.
on top of his swords. I
Yeah.
had that one, and that one's worth a pretty good penny. And I was like, "Fuck, man, I had that one." I was like, "Damn it!" I was like, "Oh man."
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, man. Man, we should have known, dude. We
Uh,
actually used to read them. You know,
yeah.
we bought them and read them. We weren't just collecting them. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we were collecting them too, but yeah, that sucks, man. It is what it is.
I
But
know. All right.
live and learn. Cease, that's gonna do it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for everyone, guys. Make sure that you are able to catch us on the next episode. As C says, make sure you like and subscribe. Share it
Mm-hmm.
with whoever, and
Comment. Tell us.
definitely comment. Yeah, let us know how we're doing. I'd like to
Yep.
know. We don't really have a lot of people giving us any feedback, and I don't really know who's watching it. But give us some feedback, or at least put in the comment that you were here, so we know someone's actually here and watching it all the way through. So that'd be pretty cool. I know one person's watching it. She's our self-appointed executive producer.
Yeah.
So we know she's watching every time. So I appreciate that. Shout out to our number one fan. But see, send us out, man. Close us out.
Nah, man. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Thank you to Pun again. Thank you to Brentwood for coming on a couple episodes, and we wish him the best, man. Vanna White, our Vanna White.
one
Um,
Hundred percent.
Probably won't be here this year for our draft. Hopefully he
Mm-hmm.
will, but
Mm.
you never know. But we love you, man. Thank you guys. Like Sergio said, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you. Cheers. Go Niners. Go Dodgers. Go Lakers. And let's go Bills, man. I'm with you,
Hey,
Sergio.
there you go. Let's
Bills.
go. There you go. Love that. End on a
All
high
right.
note. That's what I'm talking about. Well, folks, that's gonna
Yep.
do it. Like Steve said, thank you guys for watching. As always, we appreciate it if you do watch it. Uh, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment, please. Really want to know how we're doing. And then 28 episodes in. I mean, that's dedication right there. So shout out to C's for hanging with me for 28 episodes. Shout out to Prime for coming on today and joining us while he's allegedly at work. And then Brentwood, shout out to you, man. Thanks for coming on for 2 episodes. Hopefully, it's not the last time we get you on here. Would love to get you on here from your home in Rhode Island. That'll be pretty cool. We'd love to pick your brain as to what it's like for a brown man in Rhode Island, even though you don't really look brown. But anyways,
Brent, I la Brentwood.
Brentwood, hence Brentwood.
And
But
yeah.
yeah, man, Brentwood, wish you the best of luck, homie. Hope all goes well. Can't wait to hear from you guys. And then I don't know. Maybe we should have the draft in Rhode Island. I don't know.
Say.
I mean, I don't know. They might call the cops on us. I don't know.
I know. I was like,
So many
oh.
minorities in one place. Who knows? That might not end well for us. But yeah, man. Thank you guys for joining us. Till next week. This mug will either be happy and nervous or just depressed.
Oh,
So we will see how that goes, guys. But yeah, thank you guys so much. That's gonna do it. And as C said towards the end of it, go Bills. All right, guys. Much love, everyone. Later.
peace.
Deuces.